Hi everybody, Mike Martin here. Just quickly, if anyone can stick something in the chat, I don't even know if you guys can see the chat. I've come on 3 minutes early because I've never used GoToWebinar before. So this is a first. I can see we've only got a few people on at the minute, so it should hopefully start filling up. Can everybody hear me? Just put a yes or a one or something like that in the chat. So we've got Alan, Arnold, Barry, David and David. EA, Gene, Josh, quite a lot of yous on. Starting to fill up now, but nobody seems to be popping anything in the chat. Carol, okay, looks like it's turned off for the chat, but I can see questions here. Hi, Tony and Martin. Hi, hey Martin. Can see and hear you. You can see us? You don't want to see me. Right, I'm just waiting for Tony to turn up anyway, guys, and then we're going to whip through. You should be able to see my screen. Hello, world. You just let me know. I think you have to submit questions. I don't know how to work this. Maybe someone can show me one time. There we go. Okay, guys, figuring it out. So we're just waiting for Tony to join us first of all, and then I can see loads of yes, 1155, yes. Hear you loud and clear. Hi, Mike. Right, cool. I'll empty my pocket so I'm not jiggling. And we'll get started on the webinar. I'm not going to wait for Tony to turn up. When he does turn up, I will check his sound when he gets here because he knows everything I'm going to go through. Tonight, we're going to go through a walkthrough on the Magic Page plugin webinar. Magic Page plugin. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough, show everybody how to use it, basically run through all the features, what they do, what they're for. Then at the end, I'm going to whip through all the questions. You'll have to bear with me because I'm getting used to the way the whole system works. Once we've gone through all the questions and everything else, once Tony's done a webinar walkthrough, we'll then go through questions. I might do questions at the end of the MPP walkthrough so people don't forget the questions, and then come back to it and let Tony do the theme club walkthrough for the remainder of you guys. So there's not going to be any sales on here tonight. This is not something where I'm trying to give you an offer at the end or anything like that. There's just a lot of new users and a lot of existing users who need brushing up. So we're going to try and help you with that. Okay, Tony's here by the sound of it.
Yeah, I am.
You're all right, pal? Right. Sorry, mate. I started a little bit early just to make sure I could get this thing going. The chat seems to work in the questions. Don't know why. Never used it before.
Fair enough.
But we've got a few people on now, and I was just about to kick off and start in with the with my presentation. So I can hear you perfectly, mate. You don't need to share your screen or anything yet, do you? So I can just whip straight on.
Yeah, you crack on, mate. I'm ready to do my bit when you tell me. Okay.
Sweet, cool. Right. Martin, your system is phenomenal. I bought it all Lead Simplify too. Sorry guys, I'm reading a few of the questions. Right, just one last question. Can everybody see my screen? Just give me a couple of yeses and ones. I'll stop waffling crap and we'll get on with the presentation and start going through Lead Simplify. God, I forget what products they are nowadays. Magic Page for everybody. Before we start, if just somebody can just chuck something in there and let me know. Yes, 111, yes, can see. Awesome. And nobody can see my face, can they? Just put no's or twos in there to confirm you can't see my head. Nice one, Stephen. You're the first one in, pal. Right, so we've got Stephen, David, Rafi, Lou, Arnold, Gene. God, there's loads on tonight, Adrian, and I'm assuming it'll fill up more. Right, guys, wicked. I'm about to move straight on. So straight from scratch, I'm going to go over and install the plugin on a fresh domain, and I'm going to whip through everything. And I've actually wrote things down because I read slower than I talk. So hopefully everyone can follow along at the right speed, and it's not going to do everyone's head in because I'm talking too fast, as always. So where's my... Right, so this is brand spanking new website, fresh install of WordPress here. Nothing's ever been done on it before. I installed it today, called it Locksmith, and I'm going to install WordPress, Magic Page plugin from scratch and just run through it all with you. So first thing you do is go over to plugins, upload plugin, choose, we're on 4.9 now. We'll be on 5.0 very, very soon. I've got some great upgrades coming, and the schema thing looks like it might work. Just for those who don't know about the schema thing that's being introduced, I know we've got one already, but there's an even better one coming for inside. So you just wait for the plugin to install as normal. Click on activate. After you've done that, I like to click this, unclick this, and just delete all the other crap that they install automatically. I don't see the point of having it in there. Then click on Magic Page. Single site API key there. Click verify key. Seemed a bit slow that. I thought it was going to not work on me, Will. Proceed. Someone's just asked, will there be a replay, Paul? I don't know, mate, because I've never used GoToWebinar before, so I'm hoping it's recording. Session is, yeah, it says it's recording, mate, so there will be. Right, okay, so the first thing you need to look at, now we get a lot of questions of people saying, I've just purchased Magic Page plugin, I've got all 19 countries, and all I can see is Australia. And they come in here and they're like, where's the rest of it? So if you scroll up here on the right-hand side, you've got a drop-down menu, and I don't know why it defaults to Australia instead of Austria. I'm going to actually ask him to default it to the US, because 95% of people are there. But we've got Austria, Australia, Canada, Switzerland, Cyprus, Germany, Denmark, Spain, France, Ireland, India, Italy, Netherlands, Norway, New Zealand, Sweden, the United Kingdom, the United States, and South Africa at the minute. Some of the databases are better than others. The United Kingdom and the United States are pretty much spot on as far as I'm aware. So is Australia and Canada. Some of the others need a little bit of TLC, but we have got guys working on them all the time. Okay, so I'm going to click on the United States, and I'm going to make an installation from California. So what you do is you just choose the country that you want, and then you come down, and we're going to go. And now if I wanted to click and install 6,558 locations, I click install database, and that would automatically go through and install all 6,558 locations that we've currently got in California. So you can have a 6,500 page website. There's a little button down here called filters. Click on that. Now what this enables you to do, so if you're doing a site for somebody who covers just a county in California, you've got Alameda County, Alpine County, and all the other counties there. You click that county, for example, and click apply filters. What it will do is take out everything else and say, right, that county's only got 24 locations. So if you were doing somebody in just that county alone, they're going to get a 24-page website, and it's going to do it for you. In addition to that, you can also go in and say you want to do a list of zip codes. So if you've got a list of zip codes you want to cover, you can go in here and put 902, oh, did it wrong, 90210, put a comma at the end, and then what that's going to do, if I apply that now, it should just show one location, which is Beverly Hills. And then if you wave over this little question mark here, you can see it says zip code must contain default, which is wrapped in the percentage signs. As you can see, this one is here, so that means it's an exact match. If you want it to start with something, you can put in fact, let's delete that. And we put 90 and then a percentage sign. Oh, 1 sec. Percentage sign and a comma. And then we install apply filters. What we should see is we've got 348 locations based in the 90 zip code area in California. Okay, now if you wanted it to end in something, what you would do is if you wave over that again, it shows you it starts with the percentage sign, so end with percentage. So what we do then is go percentage 10. I'm just using 90210 here, so I don't know if there's many others. Click apply filters. Oh, sorry, you've got to put the comma in there. And that saves it to memory by putting the comma in, because it's meant for you pasting in comma separated list. So the ending 10 in California, we've got 113 zip codes. So if for any reason you want to do that, I don't know why. What this has been more created for is if you can put in a list of 50 zip codes straight from a CSV, paste them into here, comma separated, and it'll automatically just install those locations for you. Okay, then we've got another option here for install major locations. So if you clicked on that one and clicked apply filters, we're going to have 69 major cities in California. The only other filter we've got in there, you can get rid of the major cities and say, right, I want, now this is not as accurate as some of the other stuff, but we are working on it and we have got it quite accurate. So I only want locations with population over 20,000. So that's 611 locations in the United States. So out of the 6,000, only 600 have got more than 20,000 population. So realistically, if you're going for a full state site, you're better off to go in and install 611 locations, and then a little bit further down the line, when you start to see more traffic and stuff, come back into your filters, okay, uninstall the locations. So you uninstall your database here, then you click back in apply filters, and then you say, okay, well now I'll have anywhere with over a 10,000 population. So that's going to bring it up to nearly 900 pages, okay? So we know that the lot of the areas in California are small areas, okay? And then eventually you bring it down to 5, that's 50,000. And what will happen over a period of time is your site will grow organically across the whole state, but based on the most populated areas, which is the areas that are going to generate the most traffic, and obviously the most money and the most leads, and bringing the best results for your business. Okay, today whilst I'm on here, just a quick one as well. When you uninstall here, you have to go back over to the magic page and reinstall your central location every time you uninstall the databases, because the central location is locked, and this will unlock it by uninstalling. So I'm just telling you that now. You don't know what a central location is yet, a lot of you guys, but when you do see that later on, you'll understand why, because that's the hook for the whole website. So I'm going to change these filters now, and I'm just going to delete that. Choose install major locations only and click apply filters. Install database. There we go, 69 page website done of all the major cities in California. So if you was to start with something this size like this and get this ranking first, it's going to start seeing a heck of a lot of traffic. You can then come out and start to install based on population. Your major cities are all going to have over, say, 50,000 people. So they're all going to be included anyway. And then you say you went up to 20,000, it'd take you up to a good few hundred pages, and your site's going to grow organically over a period of time, which means you then grow with your traffic. Because if Google sees a site that's got 7,000 pages or 6,500 pages and it hasn't got any traffic, then it's just not going to give it much time in the rankings. Where a 60-page website that's just gone up, you're going to do better over a period of time. Okay. Right, next step, continue to settings. Right, if you're building a client site, anyone building a client website, this here, you see your API key. If you've got your own administrator login and they've got their logins to the website, if you click hide, and this is what you should be doing, because if your API key starts getting used from loads of different IP addresses, the system automatically blocks it. You go from show to hide, and what will happen is when they log in, they can't see this because you installed MPP. It's locked to your login, and because you have now clicked hide here, nobody else that logs into this website will ever be able to see that API key. So that's how you do it when you're building client sites. And obviously, if you've got an issue with a client site and they block you out of being able to go in, we can always stop the site from being able to be edited for you. We will not pull sites down for people because obviously it's not strictly ethical. Right, next section. So if you've got 404s and stuff like that on your website, if whatever URL's in here, this should automatically redirect into the home page for you, or whatever URL you put in there. Now, we've done that on purpose so that if you're using expired domains to build mass page sites for huge numbers, mass amounts of traffic that's coming in, or all the backlinks that they've got coming in, rather than having to rebuild every single URL, we've created this so that it can automatically be redirected in from your 404s and other things straight into whatever URL you choose. Default radius. When you set your central location on the next page, this default radius is there to choose a radius from how far out. So if you're choosing Los Angeles, California within a 10-mile radius, this will only cover Los Angeles, California within a 10-mile radius. So you'll have pages built in all them areas and nowhere else. URL structure. I normally have something along the lines of near-me. Now, there's been a lot of stuff said recently about these not mattering anymore and stuff like that. So if you've got a non-generic URL, sometimes it might be an idea to have your main keyword in there and then location at the end. But I like to just have stuff like near me and obviously have generic URL. So near me is going to be your central bit. So you've got www.url.com/near me, and then the MPP pages are going to be /location, unless you change them. Google Maps API key, I wouldn't recommend putting one of these in, and I will show you why when we get over to the page. If you add this in, there's not much way to hide it from prying eyes, so you have to lock your Google Maps API key to use the map shortcode, because now Google's made them paid. If somebody finds it and you've not got it locked to the URL you put it on, you can find yourself getting hit with a big bill. So I've created a code, which I will run over to one of my sites later and show you, that enables you to pull in all the interesting places. And I've got quite a few videos that shows you how to pull in different maps and stuff like that for your page without having a Google Maps API key embedded. Okie dokie, I'm looking at my list to make sure I'm not forgetting stuff here. Right, okay, next one, disable. Right, this is your spin text section. Now, there's a video on webinars with a z.net, which shows you how to build evergreen style websites. Now, when I say an evergreen style website, what that is a website you can build a 50-page website, for example, for a major city, and 15 pages of content if you want 5 pages of content. Use shortcodes throughout the website, and what will happen is when you clone it and import it onto a new site, you change the central location, and the central location hooks to every other page on the website. So it becomes, for example, a Los Angeles website with a 5-mile radius. And then if you pull it down and you stick it in New York, it does the same thing. So automatically we disable for regular post types, which is basically you post on your pages, and we enable spin text only on the magic page. But you've got the option here to disable it everywhere, which will just turn it off. Or alternatively, you can click enable, and then what will happen is spin text will become enabled throughout the whole website. Now, you've got controls inside of the magic page for this bit down the bottom here, but if you've got it enabled and you want to auto rewrite the spin text throughout the website, if you click on here, enable auto rewrite, let's say we wanted it to auto rewrite every 2 weeks, 30% of the page. So literally it goes in and doesn't spin the full page, and let's say 70% of posts or pages that have been done on the website. This will keep your website looking fresh. Okay, so you can go in and have 100%, but if you're going to do something like that where it's going to respin every single page and all the content on the page, then I'd split that up in like 2 months or something like that. But realistically, 2 or 3 weeks. If you're going to go in and say every 2 or 3 weeks, spin 10% of the content on the page, which is little bits on the page is changing all the time, and do that on, say, 70% of the pages. Every time Google visits, it'll find a tiny little bit of change on, like, oh, that paragraph over there used to say this, now it says this. This paragraph on this page used to say this, now it says that. So it looks like your page or your website is working or is being worked on all the time. So you can build a website once and then never worry about it again, so to speak, because this will keep it fresh. Okay. Next step is Magic Page databases. Now, I've shown you this a minute ago, but I'm just going to whip in. You click on that, that takes you back to where your databases are installed. You can uninstall the United States if you wanted to change your central location. Go in and install, for example, something from Sweden, and then have a Sweden website straight away. And if you build an evergreen style site, you can use the same website as long as the countries speak the same language. But at the minute, we're just going to keep California. So I'm going to go back over to the settings. And the last thing, now everybody setting up a Magic Page plugin website should do this. Now we've not got any problems with Google or anything like that at the minute as a mass site builder. But if Google starts seeing tens of thousands of websites built with Magic Page plugin inside them, and then it basically realizes every single one of them pages, every single one of them sites are over 500 pages, it might start to take a closer look. Whereas if you go in here, click on minify footprint, okay, your files have to have write permissions, so they have to be set to 777. That's a different video if they're not. But these ones, look, your folder is writable and your WP content folder is writable. So they're set correctly. 99% of websites will be set correctly. If not, if there's a problem, copy that, send it to your web host and tell him to get them file permissions changed for you. Then when you come in here, see where this says Magic Page? Well, let's say we wanted to call it Superlock and maybe Blockmaster or something crazy like that, yeah? Save and minify footprint. These are not massively important. And what this is going to do now, this creates a unique folder, a unique file inside of the system, which can't be read by pretty much every single one. Is completely 100% unique every single time it's done. So it hides your website and it hides the plugin and everything else. Not hides your website, sorry, it hides the plugin from outside sources. So if you want to build 50 of these websites, but you don't want the competition knowing you've got Magic Page plugin, then this will hide that from site for you. In addition to that, if the crawlers are going in and they're looking at your site, they won't know you've got Magic Page plugin installed either. They'll think you've got something called Blockmaster or whatever we called it. Okay, so that's gone through the settings. One other thing I'm going to show you just before we go over and start building a page is locations. So if you click on locations, what you're going to see is we installed 69 locations and we've got a list of all the locations here. Now, if you want to add more locations, you add them over here. Okay, so you just add name, slug, and description. Click add location, it will be dragged across into this list. But then what you need to do is you need to go inside one of these or inside the new one and fill in all of the sections that need filling in. So for example, if I click on Anaheim, as you can see, we've got the name, we've got the slug, which is Anaheim. So if you've got a site where you don't want something to be called like Bristol 3 or Bristol 5 or whatever it is, so there's loads of different locations, you can come in here and change it, right? But what you need to do is you need to get the longitude and latitude settings, and you need to get the zip code, obviously the region, county, United States, and set whether it's a major city or not, right? So when you're adding new locations, that bit is essential for it to work correctly inside of MPP, so the MPP knows where the page is based, so it can put it in the right list of the city shortcode, which I'll show you shortly, and all the other crazy stuff that it does, which you'll understand more when I go through it. So this is how you add and delete new locations. So sorry, add or delete locations. So if you wanted to delete some of them, just pop in and delete and say I don't want them, but this location is not there for some crazy reason, but I want it. It might be underpopulation, or we may have something wrong in one of our databases that somebody can tell us about. But if you pop that details in there, then it'll work. Right, Magic Page. Next step. I'm going to work on a basic page first of all. So I'm going to show you a basic page, and then I'm very quickly at the end just going to install Elementor and just show you how fast and easy it is to create your MPP page. I'm not going to do a mad crazy page with loads of stuff in it, and then how fast you could actually use the template of that to pull it over to your home page and actually have a full website created with an amazing internal linking structure and all that stuff straight off the bounce. Okay, so add page. This is where it checks your license keys valid. If your license is expired or anything, you won't be able to edit anymore, and that's the bit where we'd stop people from being able to edit if they did. Now I'm calling this slug, and you'll understand why in a minute. But then, right, so the first thing you do when you come over to one of these pages, before you do anything else, is you go in and you set your central location. Okay, so let's say we want Los Angeles, and it'll pull in all the locations you've got if you start writing them in, and you just click on the one. So we've got Los Angeles 1,000-mile radius because that was our base setting, right? So 69 locations. Now we have an auto install locations here. So if you click on this, it can say to you auto install locations for 30 days. So that means this will install 2.1 pages or 2.0 something pages every day for 30 days to the 69 pages. Now, before you can make this work, so if I click choose option 1, so discard all installed locations and start from 0 or previous. So if you're going on an existing site, all pages will become 404, so your old pages will be redirected to your redirect URL shown you. Or keep all available locations up to this point and use auto install for the next locations you pick. So that's recommended for established sites. So if you start doing it this way, you can install new locations in new areas and they'll start popping up, or in new states, they'll start popping up over a period of time. But I just want to show you something that has confused a couple of people. So if we click on that, if we click the button here, there's 0 locations installed. What should happen here is install auto. You see, it won't install the locations, right? And the reason it won't install the locations is because I haven't published the page. So you can save it as a draft, but you have to save it before you can do what we need to do. Okay, so I've just thought I'd show you that because that can become confusing. So as soon as you've set that central location, make sure you save this. Now you've got 69 locations installed. You can click on it and view all 69 locations that are currently installed throughout California. Now, if we didn't want to start with 69 pages and these hadn't been indexed, you click auto install over a 30-day period, click get rid of all the 69 previous, and it will start from 0. Now, when you click on this, right, some hosting, because this is done via a cron job in the back end, some hosting needs a kickstart to get it going. So not all hosts do, but some hosts require you to give it a kick up the arse to get it moving. So if you click on that 0 and you go over to install 10 locations, if you click on that, it'll install the first 10 locations for you. Now when you click browse and install locations, you can see it's just pulled 10 random locations from all over California, okay? And it shows the distance, 15.95, 17.48, 34.95. I don't honestly know if that's miles or kilometers from the central location. But as you can see, these are random locations from all over California. So it'll just install them. And then what will happen over the next 30 days is the other 59 locations, so about two areas a day will be installed. Now, if you decide you don't want to do it over that long, you want to do it over 90 days, or you might want to do it over 365 days, okay, and then you can have a 2, 3, 4, 5,000 page website being built over a year. What's going to happen is your website is going to gradually build itself over a 12-month period, which in Google's eyes looks really, really, really authentic. It's like a website that's being built by real people on an ongoing basis. And if you're using Spintex and all the other stuff, or you're using unique content and central and location sets, that's going to look very, very, very real. Okay, I'm not going to waffle on much more about that. I'm going to turn that bit off. We're going to go for 69 locations. We're going to do that, and I'm just going to click update. So we've got a 69 page website at the minute. Okay, so that explains what the auto install is for you guys. Right, the next thing you need to know, let me just check if I forgot anything. Show on map and location. Oh, right, it did actually tell me to show you this bit as well. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. So if you come in here and you want to view the page, you can click on that and it'll take you over to the page, which you can see that's a Los Angeles page. But if I scroll further down, that's the Downey page once you start putting content in. So you can go into all the pages that you've got installed, and then there's a little view here which shows you where that location is on the map. So if you click on that, like Norwalk, that's actually taking you over to Google Maps, and you see it's putting the longitude and latitude there, and it takes you over to Norwalk in California, I'm assuming that is. Yeah, it must be, it says it there. So it takes you over. So I've just put that in to show you, because then you can check what locations you've got installed here, and obviously you can visit them if you want to visit the pages and see what the pages look like and check things out that way. Next bit, right, shortcodes, all of them including the city. Right, this is what makes MPP very, very, very powerful. So we've got location shortcodes, okay, and as you can see down the bottom here, we've got lots of them. In fact, I'm going to lift them up the page. We've got our central location set, haven't we? So I don't need to think about that anymore. So I'll do that so I can do it up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these over and then show you the page and show you what it does. Now, the most important one is the city's shortcode. Well, that can be quite advanced, but first I'll just pull these in. So if we go location, right, your slug's going to pull the URL in. County will pull in county, and as you can see, just click the button next to it and it pulls things in. Let's pop the zip code in there. Right, you've got country, which should be the United States on this occasion, and then you've got country ISO code, which I believe would be US. We don't have the state ISO code yet. That's something we're working on adding. Then you've got the latitude and the longitude. So all this information can be pulled in for every single page in the site. So there's only one page, but it automatically dynamically changes itself. Now, once you've set your site title, which I'll show you how to do shortly, this pulls your site title into anywhere you want. Now, this is very important for this built-in schema builder, which again, we'll go through very, very soon. This pulls your site URL to the page, wherever you go. And this one pulls in your SEO image URL, which you need to set down here, which is used for your schema and other things. Okay, but I'm just going to pull them in first of all and just show you what that actually does. Oh, where update the page. Let's view the post. So as you can see at the top, we've got Los Angeles. Now that's the slug that I put in the top, which is, see this here? That's using the slug. So that's just showing you what that is. Then you've got Los Angeles, that's the location, and then you've got the slug, and then you've got all the other ones together. So Los Angeles County, California 90013, I nearly said 90210. United States, they've all seemed to have pulled into one line for some reason. US, then you've got your zip code, sorry, your longitude and latitude code. Locksmith, which is that from up there. Let me just edit, see why that's pulled in. Ah, that's pulled in as your site title, okay, because we've not yet set one on the page. So what that's done, cool, didn't realize it did that. So at the top there, that's pulling in the word locksmith from up there, which is the one we've set in the site when we've been setting it up, and there's your URL. Okay, so that's what them shortcodes do. Next step, I'm now going to move on to show you the city shortcode. Now this is where things start to get powerful. Right, so the basic city shortcode will pull in, click on that, paste that in. You're going to see the 10 closest locations to the page you're currently on. So you'll see very quickly now how this starts to put together a website for you. Okay, so we've now got a Los Angeles page, but if you want to go Burbank, Los Angeles, you click on here. When you go to Elmont, Los Angeles, you go over here, and as you can see, it's pulling in the locations, but all the back-end information, all the longitude, latitude, geolocation data, the back end of every single page is created correctly for these pages. As you can see, you've got all the correct information down here. Right, now there's a few changes you can make to this city shortcode, which can be quite powerful, which not many people know about. So for example, if you wanted to, where is it? Only pull in 3 locations. Yep, so let's say let's pull in 3 locations. Okay, we're happy to do that. But now let's say you wanted 3 different lists throughout the page from different locations. So because we're doing major cities, these are going to be quite far apart. So what I'll do is I'll go to the links. I'll keep links on at the moment. So let's say we do this within a 1 mile radius, pull out of here. If we grab that now, what this is going to do, as it says here, minimum radius. So that basically is going to go to 3 cities within a 1 mile radius all the way out till it hits 3, right? So next, if we come down and we change this to, let's say 25 radius, right? And click on that and grab that, paste that one in. And then we come down here and we do 50 miles, for example. Now you can set a maximum radius as well, so it doesn't go out too far if you don't want it to. But I'm just doing this as an example for you guys. So, and what you're going to see in a minute when we come onto this page, in fact, let me do a line, because I could put this inside a, what do you call it, but I won't, a table, because you can't build tables very well in here. And then we click update and go and have a look at the page. What you're going to see is we're going to have we're going to have a list of 10 cities, which are going to match these a little bit. Then what you're going to have is a list of 3 within a mile radius of the location we're on, 3 within a 25, from 25 miles outwards, and then 3 from 50 miles outwards. Hope that makes sense. Right, so as you can see here, we've now got, Right, them ones have jumped up here and added onto the end here for some silly reason, I think. 1, 2, 3. So they're the ones within a 50. Yeah, they've added themselves onto the end up here. So you've got 3 here, which have been added, and you can tell they've been added because you see that one's not got a comma next to it at the end, because that's the end of the 10 list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you've got you've got Pasadena, Inglewood, Burbank, Los Angeles. They're within a 1 mile going out, which are here again. Then you've got the closest 3 locations 25 miles out, and then you've got the closest 3 locations 50 miles out. Now, to understand what you can do with that for a link instructor purposes is absolutely brilliant, because you can have basically links based on locations and distances away from where you are and stuff like that on your web page that work dynamically. So if I click on orange here, all of these are going to change, as you can see. That one's changed, that one's changed. We're on orange now, so all of the links on every single page change every single time, and it's like a dynamic flow of internal links, which every single page has completely unique internal linking structure. So there's nothing else out there that does this for you other than Mass Website Builder, which hasn't been released yet, but we're releasing that very, very soon. Okay, let me just see where I'm up to now. So we've gone through the shortcuts thing. Right, I've gone through. Next thing I want to show you guys is the map. Okay, so let me go back over here, because a lot of people want to add the map shortcode, right? But the map shortcode is a bit of a security issue now. Google's made it paid unless you remember to add your API key correctly and then go off and secure your API key, Google Maps API key, so that nobody else can nick it and use it on a site. Well, there's people with crawlers out there now looking for Google Maps API keys, and if you forget to do this, you can be in it with a 2, 3, 4 grand bill at the end of the month off Google. What you're going to do? So it's not good. So I've created over here, so if we're going to magicpageplugin.com/FAQS. Okay, magicpageplugin.com/FAQS. And there's a page here of loads of different recently asked questions and stuff like that. And if you've got a question to submit, pop it in there, and then it eventually will be added onto the FAQs. Okay, right, so if I type in the word inter, you see it comes up, can I show interesting places map for locations? Now this is just one of them. I've got videos that show you how to do all sorts of different dynamic versions of this. Right, if you come into here, that's not showing the code for some reason on this browser. I've done 2 different versions of this, so it will show on every single browser. You copy that code. Watch this now, this is awesome. Right, so we copy that code and we go over to here, click on the text button, because this is actually code. And what we want to do is just paste that in there and then click the visual side. And what you'll see, you've got a block there now that shows a crazy looking map. Now we're going to update that. Go over and view the page. And what this map is now going to do on every single page is pull in interesting locations around the place that you're currently on. So if we go over to Long Beach, you're going to see that this is going to be a Long Beach map, and it's going to pull in interesting locations in Long Beach. Okay, if we come down to Palmdale, don't know where that is, and have a look, that's going to pull in Palmdale and interesting locations in Palmdale. So you've got like a dynamic map, but because you've got all these crazy little interesting locations mentioned on the page via the map, it just gives it more local relevance. Okay, hope that makes sense to people. Next step, sorry guys, I've written all this down, so don't forget stuff tonight. Interesting places, create a basic page. Okay, right, cool. Next one's overlays and exfil. So say you don't want to build fancy smart websites, you just want to pack in shitloads of content, sorry for swearing, onto your page, thousands of words, keywords, you want loads of backlinks, you want loads of incoming links, you don't care what they look like, but you want them to rank. Okay, there's an overlay facility built into MPP for you. Okay, so you come down, scroll down your page, and you select create overlay. Right, so we click in there. So let's say we were going to use let's just go back over to my blog over here, and let's just type in mikejmartin.com. Okay, I spelled my name wrong. Thought my site was down there. It's not a Ho60 site, so that one's not gone down. Well, my whole 60 sites have all been hacked. Right, so this is just a basic blog that never gets updated or changed. But if we click on that and we go in and we paste it in here, now what that's going to do is create us an overlay code. And as you can see, if you look here, it's got what's called verbatim at the start, so it's protected so that it will overlay. It might not work unless this site's secure actually, or it should work. So you copy that code out, right? And then what we have inside of Magic Page, so I've copied the bottom code, so it's created an overlay for me, is what's called your header and footer code. Now don't stick it straight into your header and footer. What I would recommend doing, and I'll show you why now, go to your X field and call it overlay. Okay, now what an X field is, it's like a filing cabinet where you put things and organize them, but it organizes them very, very well by location. So anyone who sees this in a minute is going to be like, wow, that's absolutely cool. Right, so for example, let's put in that overlay, yeah? So that's our basic overlay, that's our base overlay. Click save, then grab the X field overlay, come up here, paste it in, and click update. Now, when we go over and view the page, what it's going to do is overlay my blog, which that might people think, well, what's the point of that? Well, what this is going to do now is enable you to overlay client sites, so you can build sites, rank sites, own the actual asset, don't sell the site, own the asset that's generating, sell them an SEO service for their website, and what they see is, wow, my website's absolutely everywhere, generating loads. If they sack you, you delete the overlay, and they've no longer got their traffic coming in. But a lot of people using Magic Page plugin create national websites or big websites that cover the whole of the United States and stuff like that. You have to build them gradual, or they won't rank. But if you build them that gradual and you build them right, you can have national websites. Now, because of that, what people don't want to do is sell up the whole website to one company. Okay, and there's no companies that can usually take that type of lead. So what we've done now is we've created, and this is what you'll find really cool in a minute. So let me go over and grab this Magic Page FAQs page that we had before. In fact, let's just go over to the Magic Page plugin homepage. Let me copy that URL, right? And let's go over there and say, okay, now let's say we're selling overlays. So let's say we want overlays on the whole of the thing for whatever website we want the overlays for, but we don't actually want it in Los Angeles, we want a different one. Okay, so let's say we go in here and we type Los Angeles, and let's say we type in Los Angeles. This is amazing, this is brilliant, and this wasn't my idea, this was my developer's idea. He's a proper brainy dude. Right, so let's say we want to hit within a 20-mile radius, maximum of 20 locations, okay? And we click save location set. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the location set, click edit, and then I'm going to paste it into here. Yeah, then I'm going to go over to Magic Page plugin, and I'm going to copy Magic Page plugin, and I'm going to, where am I looking now? Go back into the create an overlay, paste that in there, grab this, click copy, come out, where's it gone, a little bugger, it's down here, paste that in there, okay? So now what we've got, let me just update this so I don't lose it, because then I'm just going to look stupid. It's not going to work. Right, so now if we come down here and have a look at view locations, so within a 20-mile radius of Los Angeles, we have 10 locations. So let's view the locations, okay? So now Los Angeles, Pasadena, Inglewood, Burbank, Downey, Elmont, and then a few other places there have now got, they're now overlaid with this. So watch this. So we go back in and view, and what you're going to see is it's overlaid with Magic Page plugin. Yeah, but let me now go in and put in, oh damn, I don't know any other locations. I knew I'd end up making myself look like an idiot. But any area outside of those 10 locations are now going to San Francisco. I'm pretty sure that's an area if it's spelled right. Boom, it is. Cool. fixed it, don't look like an idiot no more, not as bad anyway, right? So now we've got San Francisco still overlaid with your base overlay, but you've sold within a 20-mile radius of San Francisco to someone in San Francisco who wants to receive the SEO service from you. So you're just building one website, ranking one website, putting all your efforts into that one website, and what happens is you sell it on a national basis to hundreds of different companies, and you're making thousands from one website, right? And literally the second they stop wanting to pay you, you just turn the tap off. And then let's say we go into edit here, and let's say, okay, all right, so now somebody's seeing that overlay because that's a sales page, for example, saying sign up to buy this page or whatever you've put in there. So now let's say we wanted to go in, and I can't remember what location it shows now. Can anyone else? Nope. All right, I think it was, let's just type in San. Let's type San in there. I think it was San Francisco. There we go. So now we can just pick up San Francisco, and we can sell 20-mile radius to San Francisco, or 20 locations, whichever comes first. Okay. And we go through the same process. So you save the location set, you pop it into your X field for your overlay, and San Francisco is sold to this client, Los Angeles is sold to this client, and everybody else is sold on this overlay basis. Or alternatively, you don't need to have an overlay. You just let it rank, click update. Now if we go and view Los Angeles page is still going to be overlaid, but if we go over to the San Francisco, oh, I did that wrong. And as you can see, there's no longer an overlay in there for San Francisco. So it's like a dynamic, it dynamically works with your business and how it works to work, so that you can get lots and lots of local clients on board for a single website, and only have to rank the single website because you've got what's called location sets and X fields, which enables you to think it. And then when you get your Sprintex shortcodes, which I'll show you shortly, this just becomes super powerful. It really does. They can have their own content in their locations and everything. Right, next thing, one sec, guys. Location set, I'm showing you that. Great. Okay, we've also got another shortcode builder in here. This is pretty cool as well, actually. Let me delete that first, because we don't want overlays showing up when I'm trying to show you stuff. Right, so you've got another one down here, which is create protected. Nope, sorry, ignore me. Create new shortcode. Okay, build new shortcode. So this is brilliant. This is like an if-else statement. Anyone who knows what code is, right? So we click that and we'll only see California, right? So we can only put California in there because that's the region we've got. But down here, right? So if we type in San, okay, so we've got San Francisco, right? Let's put 9999999, or not that one, the location. Don't forget that's regions, locations. San Diego, right? And then let's go to San Diego and put all the 7s. Otherwise, and then you can put as many of these as you want, so you can sell a single location with a specific phone number. I'm showing you phone numbers for the sake of this. Or alternatively, you've got your own base number sat there, yeah? Right, this creates a little code down here for you. You copy that and stick it into your page. What's going to happen is, I can't remember which ones we did now, but I'll show you anyway, one sec. So what's going to happen is, if you paste this into here now and click update, location San Francisco, all the 9s, otherwise San Diego's all the 7s, otherwise catch-all number is all the 6s. Let's go and view the post. As you can see, that's our catch-all number. If I go up here now and type in San, I think it's spelled like that. Could be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. CISCO. There we go, San Francisco, all the 9s. And if we go into San Diego, you're going to have the same situation where it's going to, okay, I've just seen, thanks Rafi, San Diego spelled with an E, not an A. So if we go in now and I go DIEGO, this should pull in all the 7s, and then every single other area is going to pull in the 6s, meaning we can sell specific locations to customers that they want based on their number by just creating these crazy little short codes that do that for you. Now, it's better to do it with a location set for the phone numbers. You can add location set phone numbers, keep your own content if you want, and add specific emails, phone numbers, addresses, and all that stuff, even content for clients using location sets based on radiuses. But if you want to do it one at a time, you also have that option in there. Okay, next thing. Okay, this is cool for protected content. So right, protected content, because spin text is enabled on every single page of, or on your Magic Pages, what happens is if you're putting in something like JavaScript, so say you've got Lead Simplify and you're adding the Lead Simplify form to one of these pages, you're going to paste the code in, but when you paste the code in, it's got lots and lots of these things in it, yeah, all over the place. Well, the page is going to treat them like spin text, okay? So what you need to do to stop that from happening is you grab the code. In fact, let me go over to a different browser and just 1 second. Let me just go into, let me just see if this lets me. All right, it's let me in, cool. Right, so I'm going to go into Lead Simplify now. I don't know if you guys can see what I see at the minute. No, you're still on the other page, aren't you? Won't be a sec. I'm literally just grabbing a form, which will show you what I mean now. Sorry about this. I've got a form. I just needed to put all these daft panels back in place. Right, so now come back over to where you guys are, and if I paste this into the text section here, what you'll see is this is the Lead Simplify form from our demonstration system. But if you look inside, it's got lots of these little crazy things here that are inside of spin text, okay? So they're going to be treated as spin text, so the page is going to try and spin them, and that's going to break your form, and it's going to stop it from showing its CSS and other bits and bobs. So what we've created in here is a little create protected content. You paste the form into there, and that copy the code from here, and what that's going to enable you to do is have a form on any page, whether it's got spin text enabled or not. You have a normal form if it's not got it enabled, but if it has got it enabled, it's wrapped it in these verbatim, which protects it for you. Not that much more to go through now, guys. I'm going to run through the rest quickly, and then I'll do the Elementor thing and pass these over to Tony. Random. Okay, yeah, another cool one here. Right, okay. I forget how many cool things we have inside Lead Simplify. Right, now I'll just show you that form now. So as you'll see, it's going to show up properly now, even though we've got spin text enabled. So as you can see, it shows it up correctly on the page. I'm going to delete that because it's taking up loads of space, and we don't really need that in at the minute. And the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to create a random shortcode. So what a random shortcode is, you can create content for your page that doesn't show all the time. Okay, so you see this little bit here. So say we pasted the form code in there, right? And we only wanted it to show on 20% of our pages. Do that, copy this, and paste that into your website now. What's going to happen is that is only going to show on 20% of your pages. So if you want to do a link that you only want to show throughout 5% of your pages, you create a backlink, you add it in these random chants they're called, and what it will do is it will create a piece of content that only shows every now and again. So it's very, very random. Now you can do this, so as you can see, it's not there. And if we click on a few of these, we might see it pop up, or we might not. But it does work, I assure you. No, it's not showing, it's hiding from us. But basically what it does is it'll only show it on 20% of the pages, and that will work throughout the whole site. And once it's been shown once, so it's just doing this. Oh, there we go, we've got one. But as you can see, it's broke the schema because I must have thinking the wrong code one in there. But as you can see, it's shown on one of them after all that. So if you're doing backlinks and stuff, what this will do is enable you to create random backlinks throughout your whole site, so it doesn't look false, like you've got a link on every single page pointing out to your money site, pointing out to your PBNs, pointing out to anything that you're building on an ongoing basis. So it's just a cool little tricky little thing that it's powerful when used correctly. Okay, we're going to say update this page. Don't think there's a massive amount more to show, but it's probably okay. Auto refresh content, right? Okay, so now this is normally up at the top. This is normally up at the top, this bit. I've just moved the thing up. But what you've got here, and there's your dynamic backlink builder, I'll show you that in a minute. What you've got here is auto refresh content, right? So what you do is you click edit. Okay, so status to yes, intervals, let's say every 55 days. We want to 25% and 25% of locations, and you click OK. What you're going to get now is yes, every 55 days with 25% page coverage. That means 1/4 of the page on 25% of locations that have actually been visited, it will respin itself. So if you've got a 10,000 page website and you set this to yes, every day spin 10%, 10%, what it's going to do is it's going to go through every day and refresh 10% of the content on your whole website or on your magic pages on the whole thing on an ongoing basis. So it's really real powerful feature to keep your websites fresh, so you're not having to continually keep rebuilding your sites or going in and spinning them and messing around with them. It just does it for you. Okay, anything else? Schema builder. Oh yeah, we've got schema builder, haven't we? Okay, all right, I'll update that. Schema builder. We've got a few different options here for schema builders. Anyone who doesn't know, there's a free schema builder which is in beta at the minute. If you go over to schemabuilder.mikejmartin.com and you register there, and you'll get access to an amazing schema builder that we've created. I've done videos on this on the YouTube channel, so I'm not going to go into that. I just thought I'd show you where that is. Not only that, but if you come inside of here, we have a schema builder here as well. So you click on that, and that enables you to go in, build all different types of schema by filling in a form, and it just creates it on the right hand side, and then you copy it from there. But as you can see, it's got these little crazy things in it, so you want to protect it. And now if you don't protect it, or if you add spin text in it, then you need to just protect these little bits. And again, I've got more videos in the YouTube channel, but if anyone's struggling after tonight and after going through all this, I can always create new videos for people. So this enables you to create spin schema, but that's not the best bit. The best bit is when I said before with the short code site title. Yeah, okay, so you've got your site title there. Whatever you set in here now is going to become your site title. Also, it's going to generate a canonical link for you on autopilot. But let's say we were putting locksmith in location. I'm not going to go to town with this really much, right? I'm just, because it's a fake site. Description, let's put locksmith in location, and let's go up to the city short code. And you understand why I'm doing this in a minute. Now we click on this one here, and we go to there and we put titles, right? So now click on that, and I'll show you these in the page as well in a minute so you understand a little bit better. What you're going to do is you're going to have a list of titles, a list of city short codes that have got links that go to the page, and a list of cities short codes that don't have links. So where they go is they stay on the page. They're just for content purposes. Now I love to use them inside of my meta description. Why? Because every single page on your website is going to have locksmith in location and the 10 closest locations to the page it's currently on. And you can change the number by going in here and say, you can have that set to 50 if you wanted. And all you have is locksmith in location covering 50 different locations, 20 different locations, default to just major cities. So if you only wanted major cities, you just click default to major cities. And then when you copy that in, it'll only show the major cities inside of the meta description. So if you've got a UK site that covers the whole of the UK, and there's only 100 and odd major cities over there, they'll get a list saying we have offices in, and it can just show all the major cities so it looks genuine. But I'll show you what this does inside of here. And then you've got your social title, which I'm just going to pull that out of there because we don't want that in the title because I'll just ruin it. And description, and then your Twitter, everyone knows how to put the Twitter handle in. Right, so we've just set them on purpose because what that's going to now enable us to do is create schema throughout the website. Now, everybody who knows about schema knows how complicated it is and how difficult it is to build, and there's a lot of people trying to teach it and show it and all that rubbish, but let's be serious, it is just complicated and irritating. All right, so if you see this little JSON thing here, LD, you can click this to expand or unexpand. Okay, you come inside of MPP. This is very, very, very powerful because of the way schema's gone this year. So it depends what type of business you've got. You can choose your business from a massive, so let's say we were doing a jewelry store. We're doing a locksmith, so let's go over and find the locksmith. There's the locksmith, yeah? Okay, your site title is going to be pulled in here automatically. Your site URL will be pulled in here automatically. So the URL we've got, wherever it is going to be pulled in here. City, location, region, zip code, country ISO, so that's going to say US. You pop a phone number in there, so let's say it's all the 9s, put your email in here. URL, that's going to pull your URL in, that's going to pull your SEO image. So what I'm going to do now is just go over to choose an image. Let's go over to website images and just pull in any random image. So I think it's a breaking news image. Let me just update that. This will just stop us getting a thing when I show you the schema in a minute. Okay, and then what it's also going to do for you is bring in your logo because of the image URL. It's going to bring you paste in your own price range, so 50 to 500, whatever your prices are. Pop in your little description in there, and it's got your Google Maps URL. So that there pulls in a Google map every time. As you can see, it's got location, latitude, longitude. It pulls in all of your geolocation data. You can set your opening hours if you want. And your social media, I'm not going to go and do that. I've got videos on that. But now if we go over and view the page, okay, so it doesn't look like we've done much. And I click on here, SEO Quake toolbar, diagnose, and scroll down to schema. As you can see, we've got schema ticked. So you get your open graph and your Twitter card because we just put that information in. We now pop on here, and what you're going to find is, as long as nothing's broke, we've got locksmith schema. And when we go in, as you can see, we've got locksmith, which is the at type. The at ID is the URL, logo, image, and where's the locksmith and location should be on there somewhere. And in addition to that, you're going to see down here, you've got your postal address, Los Angeles, California. You see where it says 900013, country, US, geo coordinates. So every single page has geolocation data in the back end of the page. So that's going to work everywhere. Let me just go back into that page because I didn't see the word location. Have I done that wrong? Copy that. Click update because I didn't see the word location. I didn't see the location in the schema. So let's go off and view the page again. Unless I didn't update it. Let's click on Downey. And it might have something to do with all this crazy stuff I've done on the page because 90% of pages is not going to have absolutely everything included, or it might just be that I've done it wrong. So we come back down to the locksmiths in Downey. There you go. So now it's working correctly. I don't know what happened then or why it went wrong, but something broke. But as you can see, you've got the telephone number in there, postal address, Downey, California, 902141. This is different geo coordinates from the last page you were on. So it's pulling in all the back-end geolocation data automatically. So you don't need to worry about all that. All that's done in every single page on complete autopilot for you, just by you filling in the schema. Right, header and footer code, right, these are just things I'll show you really quickly. So what we've also included in every single page for people is a header and footer code section. So where you put your short codes, so say you've got tracking codes need to go in there, so you've got other things. If the tracking code has spin text in it, not spin text, but if it has these or these in it, make sure you protect it, otherwise it will break. What I would do is if you've got a Facebook tracking code, I would come down, let me just close that. I would recommend coming down to X field and call it FB tracking code, for example, then paste your tracking code in there, save that, and then paste that into your head code. I'm going to delete that because that'll show on the top left hand side of the page if I don't. Okay, now I'm going to quickly explain to you what the X fields are. So basically, X fields, as you've seen earlier, it's a filing cabinet where you put information, and then when further down the line, so if you can add paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4 in here, if you get a customer who then further down the line wants their own specific content on the page, you go in and create the location sets as I shown you earlier, and what that will enable you to do is add that customer's content in that particular area. Okay, so that person's content will show in their area and all the other content will be everywhere else. Okay, in addition to that, what we've also created, obviously you've seen location sets, is something called Spintex shortcodes. Excuse me. Right, and what Spintex shortcodes enables you to do is create a shortcode. So for example, paragraph 1. Right, now what a lot of people will have heard of recently is block spinning. Okay, now the MPP's been doing this for a long time. We've always done it, well, over a year at least. Now edit, add new option, add new option, add new option, add new option, add new option. Right, so say you wanted 5 paragraph 1s, but you can have all 5 paragraph 1s with Spintex content in them. So we put Spintex content here, Spintex content here, Spintex content here. So let's just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6, 7, 8, 4, and 4, 5, 3, 6, for example. Right, let's just click save because I'm just going to show you what this does. Right, but you can insert Spintex everywhere. So you go over to Spin Rewrite, or you pull in an article, pull in 5 paragraphs, put them all as paragraph 1. You can have 100 of these if you want, and every single, and what will happen is, let's just paste it onto the page so I can show you rather than talking. Spintex paragraph 1. Right, now then what you can do after you've used this, you can add these inside of your X fields. So you can have Spintex paragraph 1, then you can have customer paragraphs everywhere else. So your content throughout your whole website is spun like crazy, and the areas your customer wants, his particular content is in the area, and all you do is copy the Spintex shortcode, call that paragraph 1, and then paste the Spintex shortcode in there, and then you have the location set for your client. So Steve the plumber, his content, his location set will go in there, obviously calling that down here, and then copy it across, and then you add his paragraph 1 content into here. Okay, we're not going to go that deep today because this is a basic walkthrough, although you might think we've gone through a lot of advanced stuff. And now we view the page, and what you'll see is every page 4, 5, 3, 6, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 3, 6. So as you see, what it does is the Spintex shortcode randomly spins the content every single time for you, and you can spin the content as well. So you can go into here and you pull it and you spin it, and you can have 5 spun paragraph content inside of 1 paragraph. So it's like your block spinning. You have 50 paragraphs for paragraph 1, all spun. So you got millions and millions and millions of different versions of it. Okay, let's have another quick look in here. Xfield, Spintex shortcode, location sets we've gone through. JSON schema builder, I've just gone through. Oh, we've got dynamic backlink builder. Nearly forgot about that. That's probably the best thing that we have. Right, I'm pretty close to the end if you're still listening, Tony, if you're not fell asleep. So you can have the mic soon.
No, I'm still around, buddy.
All right, cool. Right, give me a sec. Okay, guys, so what we've also got as well, once you've added some content to your page like this, is what's called a dynamic backlink builder. Okay, so you scroll down your page. In fact, it'd be up near the top normally. It's here, dynamic backlink builder. I'm not going to go through too much with this today because there's lots of videos on how to use it. It's quite an advanced feature. But basically what you can do is you can export, choose the location here. So let's say San Bernardino with a 1,000-mile radius. You're going to pull out 69 pages. What you do is you create your links inside your page, and you can export these on pretty much all 19 countries that we currently do. We have databases for 3.2 million locations, which will be added to Magic Page over the next few months, maybe 12 months it might take to get there. But this is going to be set up with a worldwide or almost worldwide locations. It's just getting them as accurate as possible that's costing me an absolute fortune, right? So what you do in here is you come in and you can choose whether you want to export PDFs with the backlinks in and you want to export HTML. And there's ways to export these so they look as good as normal websites, but you'll have to watch the other videos for that. Paul Smith's done some really good videos, so has Keith Best on this. And I've done a couple of videos as well that's in there. There's a few real educated guys in our group who know what they're doing with this. Daryl's another one. Okay, so if you're looking there, you add all the information. So what you want to be doing if you're exporting it is doing base H64. You want to add the CSS to the head section, because if you leave that as a separate style sheet and then you export it, it's not going to work unless you're exporting as a website. And then what you do is you create these down here, and what will happen is you can export them and add backlinks to all of the major upload sites all over the place, and you get unique backlinks from hundreds or even thousands of these upload sites everywhere. So they're absolutely brilliant. A lot of people are using these to build HTML websites. Okay, I'm not going to go too far into this, but it's a super powerful piece of kit. The backlinking, what it enables you to do for backlinking, what it enables you to do for building websites inside of Google Drive and S3 and all the rest of it is absolutely, I don't think there's anything out there as powerful, because this does location sets. You can set a 5-mile radius of a place that you want, and you can build hundreds or even thousands of links coming in from all the local areas, and all the geolocation data and everything's in the back end of the page. So the backlinks have got better on-page SEO and better schema than most of the websites that you're ranking against. So your website's got the backlinks coming from sites that are better than your competition, never mind your actual site itself because of the way you build it. Okay, I'm not going to jump on much further with that. Right, what I'm just going to quickly do now is I'm going to click update, and I'm very quickly, because I know a lot of people like using Elementor, I'm very quickly just going to jump on and go over to themes and just show you exactly how quick and how easy. So if we go back over to Magic Page, one sec, and have a view, you see how crap this looks. Yeah, it looks absolutely terrible. Okay, awful looking site. Got no home page, no other stuff. But if you've been into your Magic Page and created your content, what you can do is click on themes. And what I like to do before anything else is just go in here, click add new. It's my personal preference, this, but it's just a real good, clean, easy site. Type in the word generate and install that GeneratePress site. You don't need to pay for the premium version. We used to pay for it when we weren't using the builders, but we've made it so this works now with Elementor, Divi, and all of the other page builders. Right, so we'll activate that theme. Then what we're going to do is go down to plugins, add new, click on popular. It's called Elementor, which is a very popular page builder. That's why I just type in popular and it'll be in here. There you go. And that's free as well. So how quick and easy you can actually create amazing looking websites with MPP and sell them for all the locations. And if you watch the Evergreen site building videos, you will understand that there's nothing it really doesn't do. Right, next thing you need to do is come over to excuse me, Elementor, click on settings and enable this to be used in MPP. Save changes. So you click on that Magic Page one, I just click on them all. Right, now go back over to Magic Page, click edit, edit with Elementor. Okay, then what I want to do is go down here to settings, go up there, Elementor canvas. What that's going to do is get rid of all the crap surrounding the page so you can just see the stuff that we've built. Okay, it's making me look like a liar now because it's not doing it. Maybe all these shortcodes have killed it. We'll see in a minute. Right, so we come into here and let's say we wanted to install a theme. So let's say we just want to install that theme. Now there's some pro versions in Elementor which you can pay for, which I do, but it's not necessary. The other free ones look awesome. Okie dokie. Access denied. I don't understand what I've done. Can anybody else see why I've been kicked out of Elementor here and it's not letting me do anything? View page, leave. It might be because we put this broken code in there before. Let me pull that out. That broken code might be breaking it. Remember when the form wasn't showing up properly? I think that was that. Let's have a look now. So we're going to click edit with Elementor again. At least you get to see it twice so you know how easy it is to do. Click on this bit, Elementor canvas. Access denied. Doesn't want to let me do it.
It wouldn't be a live webinar, Mike, if something happened like this.
Yeah, typical, mate. I'm just going to trash the thing in it and just
I don't think I've ever been on a single webinar where something's not gone wrong live.
Yeah, it's not letting me think it either, though. I can't even trash the page. Look, bin.
Try installing Classic Editor plugin. It should show up. Yeah, there it is, Classic Editor. See it there, Mike, just under where you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had to do that before. I've run for. I do this all the time. I've never seen this.
I'll be telling the guys to install that when they install our themes, but you might need to do it with that as well. You need to activate it, buddy.
A second. Activate that. Right, now let me go to Magic Page. Let me just try and trash the page first. No, that's not working either, mate. Right, I'm going to go in and edit. And I'm going to grab a load of this crap because I don't know if I've done something that's breaking it. Let's leave them in. What's that got? Has that got? Let's update the page and see what happens. I don't know if I put something in that's smashing the page or something. I don't know. See, it's not letting me save either, is it? Right, guys, I can't show the thingy page because it's not letting me. I don't know why the website's kicking me out like I'm not allowed to do anything anymore. Nope, it's not letting me do any changes. Right, I was going to very, very quickly show you how to create an Elementor site and then how fast it is to duplicate the page, like turn it into a template and use the shortcodes on your home page so you've got an evergreen style site instantly. But for some crazy reason, this thing doesn't want to let me do anything. Give me 2 minutes. Sorry, just let me activate that, see if it was that generate plus. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but nope.
Just check that Classic Editor plugin's activated, Mike. It needs to be activated.
Yeah, it's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do anything.
That's something's breaking that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not letting me do nothing. I don't know. It's not even letting me deactivate.
Try deleting Elementor, activating Classic Editor, and then reinstalling Elementor.
It's not letting me do anything, mate. Can't even deactivate.
All right, okay. So the whole site's locked up, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know what's happened. It's like I'm not allowed to edit it no more. Won't let me do anything. Something's gone wrong. Back end, don't know. Anyway, I'll have to cut my demo short. I've probably talked for long enough.
Well, hopefully, guys, you're going to be using our themes anyway. So
yeah, but I can do another video to show you exactly how that works tomorrow. I don't understand what's just gone wrong, but shit happens.
Hey, I've seen you do that on many an occasion. It's been fine. So it's just one of those.
I know, mate.
Webinar bugs.
Wait there. Just let me just try this. Somebody's just said log out. log back in. Okay, I don't know oh wait there. No, it's not letting me back in at all. Let me see if this works. I've been booted out somewhere along the line, guys. I don't know what I've done wrong or right here, but I can't get back in. So
just request yourself a new password there.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it means it's going to take me ages to do it all. You start taking over yours. Anyone who's on at the end, if you want me to run through this, I'll try and have a play while Tony's running through the themes. It should only take 10 minutes to do what he's doing. And then
yeah, my part's pretty quick, guys. I know Mike's giving you a load of amazing plugin information there, so I'm sure your heads are buzzing at the minute.
Right, I'm going to stop showing my screen. I'm going to make you, I don't know how to do this, so you're going to have to wait on that as well. Yeah, I'll wait there. Okay. Make presenter, I think that's what I do I?
Yep.
Is that your screen, Tony, we're all seeing?
It should be.
Can everybody see Tony's screen now?
Can you see inside WordPress admin there in themes?
Yes, I can, yeah.
So you can see WordPress admin dashboard, guys, yeah?
Loads of yeses, mate. Everyone can see what you're doing.
Okay, that's cool then. Okay. All right. So basically, I'm just going to run through a very quick install of one of our MPP themes. Now, when you've downloaded the theme of your choice, it doesn't matter what niche it is or what page builder version it is, from the members area or the marketplace, and you've saved it to your local PC, you would obviously install WordPress first. And once you've logged in, you would go to Appearance, Themes, Add New, Upload Theme, and then you would find the file where you've saved it on your PC and install now. Now, when you're installing the theme, guys, if you have some sort of an error pop up, it is not the theme. Let me make that clear. It's your hosting. You're going to need to, first of all, the themes are quite heavy because they've got a lot of pre-packaged plugins. And we've done that to help you speed up the whole process for you and help you having to find different plugins everywhere. You're going to need to contact your hosting and ask them to increase your WordPress upload limits. It's a standard request. They're asked for that many times a day by lots of different customers. So it's a standard request and they'll do it very quickly for you, okay? But most of the time, again, depending on your hosting and the quality of the hosting, you'll be able to install it, no problem. Once you've done that, it will then show here in Appearance Themes, and all you need to do is activate it. I'm using the Auto Electrician theme for this demo. Now, once you've activated the theme, as you'll see here, you've got a little notice that pops up saying begin installing plugins. These are the pre-packaged plugins, yeah? So you would select all of those and click install and apply. And again, guys, it takes, 30 seconds, a minute to install all these plugins, but they are all necessary plugins, yeah? Just give it a few more seconds there. Right, okay. So return to the dashboard now, all those are installed, and we need to activate them, yeah? Just bear with me a second. So as you can see, guys, all those plugins have been installed and activated. And if we look at the front end of the site, you'll see that there's a little bit of content there at the minute, but it's just very mixed up and it just looks terrible, basically. So the next thing we need to do, once we've done all that, is just go back to plugins add new, and we need to install the free Classic Editor plugin. And the reason for that is because if you're going to be using WordPress 5.0 or above, which is the Gutenberg Plus, so you need to install this to return the WordPress editor back to the standard one. Otherwise, you might have the odd issue with your page builder version, whether it's Visual Composer, Elementor, or Divi, depending on what your choice of page builder is. So once you've installed Classic Editor plugin, it's a free plugin, guys, from the repository, as you've just seen. You will go to Appearance, Import Demo Data, and all you have to do is just click Import Demo Data. That's it. Now, if you get an error at this point, as you can see, that's all been done. But if you get an error, it's exactly the same problem as you would have seen when you were trying to install the plugin. It'll be some sort of hosting issue. You're going to need to contact your hosting because something on your hosting will be blocking the import of the demo data. It's nothing to do with the theme or the demo content or anything. It's to do with your hosting. All right. If you're in doubt at all, just open a support ticket. I'm more than happy to help you. So now we've imported the demo data, we need to go to Settings, Reading, and we just need to set the home page. If it's not picked it up automatically, which it has done, so we'll just save those again. And we just need to check that the permalinks are set correctly to post name. And the final thing we need to check here, again, we need to go to Appearance and Menus. And this is the same for all the themes, guys, regardless of niche or page builder version. The process of actually installing and importing the demo data and everything else is exactly the same as I'm showing you now. So as you can see, the menus there, let's just check the locations. Yeah, it's already set, so that's all good. So if we look at the site now, it should look a lot better than it did 5 minutes ago. I'm not quite sure what I've done there. We're having a bit of a nightmare here, Mike. I don't know what's happened there.
Shit happens, mate.
Oh, I tell you. That's the process, guys. Anyway, for some reason, instead of importing the auto electrician, it's pulled in the nail salon, and I'm not quite sure why that is. I'm going to have to speak to our devs in the morning about that. But the process I've just walked you through, that's exactly the same anyway. What we're going to do, Mike, are we going to do some Q&A or anything?
Yeah, mate, I'm going to whip through some Q&A now and go through anything people want to ask questions about. I'm trying to reinstall this, and for some reason, my server is telling me my files are full and I can't even reinstall a single version of WordPress because I was just going to reinstall it, call the site anything. Just let me test this one last time, because if it doesn't work, we'll jump straight onto Q&A. Must provide an email, one sec. Nah. Dev SHM someone free spare. I don't even know what that means. I'll share my screen so people can see what's happening. I'm having a nightmare. I deleted the whole site.
I tell you, but at least the guys understand the process of installing, activating the theme, installing the pre-packaged plugins, importing the demo data. It's, as I said before, guys, irrelevant of what niche site you're building or whatever page builder version you're using, the process that I've just shown you is exactly the same. Yeah.
Cool. Yep. Right. Everybody's saying yep. Right. Just 1 second, guys. So you can see my screen there. I don't know what the hell this is. Never seen it before in my life. but that's what I'm getting now. If you can see me scrolling down the page, it isn't working. So I've deleted the whole file. It's something to do with my server, my hosting that's caused this problem. Nothing to do with.
Looks like you might have run out of disk space there, Mike.
Yeah, maybe they kicked me out. But basically, I build 50 and 60,000 page websites on reseller hosting, and every now and again they boot me sites out because I obviously overused server resources. Looks like that's happened on this occasion, so not to worry. Anybody got any questions? In fact, right, I'm going to start from the top because I know this works the opposite way to the other one. I'm going to whip through from the top down, and then I'm going to run through anybody's questions that they've already posted. If you've got any questions, add them now, and as I get down to you, I will answer every single question live. You can see a white screen on my computer now. So let me see if this works. And maybe it doesn't. Just 1 second, because I'm just gonna. There you go. You can now see me writing as well, which is cool. So I can write on the screen if I need to show anyone anything or talk through anything. Okay, guys, I'm going to whip down now and read the questions as I go and answer any questions people's got. As I start to see people drop off, I'll know that we've got no questions left. But I'm going to run all the way to the end, and me and Tony will both be here to answer any questions that we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hellos, yes, ones, starting. Yes, can hear you. When the chat is private, so yeah. Right, if I miss your questions, put them on the end. Yes. Will there be a replay? Is one of the first questions. Yes, there will, because it is recording. It's telling me it is. Aussie rules. That's why. You doing right? What population? Right. What is the population needed to qualify as a major city? Basically, what we've done with MPP for the major cities, David, is we've just included what our class as major cities inside of Wikipedia. So we go into Wikipedia, my guys go in and they manually go through all the major cities in the country, and they add the major cities. So UK, we've got 120 odd or something silly like that, from Glasgow right down to Bridgend or somewhere like that in Wales. And then what will happen is they'll just be included. If you go into your locations and view it, you can actually turn them into, you can click on the little tick at the bottom and it will automatically turn them into a major city for you, or you can remove them so they're no longer a major city. So there is no thing, we just literally used Wikipedia for that, to be totally honest with you. This is too much to remember and too fast to copy. Please send a replay. We'll send a replay, Coffee, definitely. Somebody's put on there, is there a URL website that is built with MPP? Yes, I have a demo site. I gave up trying to rank it because I'm too lazy. No, people started trying to negatively SEO it and all that stuff. So this site here, it's called extremelocks.co.uk. That is built with MPP. If you have a look, you can go through, you can't get to the magic pages unless you click through to a second page. Then as you can see here, we've got the magic pages. This is about 120 page website for all the major cities in the UK. I'm not sure if it started ranking yet because I've not done much work on it. I did it as a demo site, and as you can imagine, people start being nasty with the sites. So you basically let them sit for a while till they forget about it, and then you re-rank them. Right, Martin, sorry for the question, but wanted to ask how can be used to dominate our local market if we are doing Facebook and lead gen business as an agency. First, I wanted to see SEO marketing firm in my province. I got it installed and I was like, whoa, this is a massive question. Canada. I mean, that's going to take me 10 minutes to read, Ben. Basically, mate, if you go through the training course that I included for you guys, it shows you exactly how I went from doing almost nothing to 50, 60, 70 grand a month just in the locksmith industry using MPP. And literally when you build these sites and you rank them, you can create massive numbers of incoming calls and things like that. If you run about what something to do with the Facebook ads and everything else, then that's Lead Simplify. And this website webinar is not to do with Lead Simplify tonight. I did one last week and I can do another one this week if people want. I think we've got about another 30 people sign up for Lead Simplify this week, so it's not a problem for me to do a webinar every other week for that if it's needed. Just let me know in the group and I'll make sure I'll get that done for you, no problem at all. Right, I have 23 phone numbers. Can I set up so that each number can be for an area? Yes, right, sorry if nobody heard what I said then. I have 23 phone numbers. Can it be set up so that each number can be used for an area? That's Stephen Brocklehurst. Yes, you can, pal. Use the location sets and set a base number, which covers everywhere inside the X field, as like I shown earlier. And then obviously add each individual number with a location set for where you want it to show. Your catch-all number that you set as the X field number will show in them areas, in every area that's not covered, and your little radius areas for the 20 locations will cover the rest. So it's very easy. It takes 5 minutes to do a full massive national website. Okay, is there a manual for this? I'm finding it hard to follow. Yes, there's one in the files section inside of the web Facebook group. There is a manual for it. There might be a couple of bits missing from the from the dynamic backlink builder, but if you go to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/MikeMartinYouTube. So that's youtube.com/MikeMartinYouTube. You'll find that in there. And also you've got webinars.net, which has got walkthroughs of absolutely everything that we've done right from the start to finish. And then magicpageplugin.com/training has got all the basic stuff on there for you. So that's like the little tiny bits that just in little sections. But David, yeah, it's recorded, mate. I'm going to figure out how to get that later. My little boy's 8th birthday tomorrow, so nobody's going to get hold of me tomorrow, but then I'll get it out the day after that. It's not, it's 10:30. I thought it was his birthday now. This is great. What's your YouTube channel, please? youtube.com/MikeMartinYouTube. And if you go on the playlist, there's playlists for all the different stuffs that we do in there, which Tony taught me how to do. Are you selling worldwide? Hi Lulu, we're not making any sales on here today. You can go over to the Magic Page website if you want to purchase it, but we're not pushing up any sales today. Literally, we've had 400 or 500 new users come onto MPP very recently, and obviously this webinar is just to help people who are new to it to understand. So if you want it, you can go over to Magic Page plugin and purchase it there. And every license now covers 19 countries. How is location coverage in the Netherlands as far as you know? I think we have about 7,000 or 8,000 locations covered in the Netherlands. I've not had any complaints from there. We've got maybe 10 clients, not a lot, but we've got maybe 10 clients there. I've not had many problems. So as far as I'm aware, we give a full 14-day no questions asked money back guarantee. So if you get it for the Netherlands and you're not happy with it, just give me a message on the group and I'll just give you a full refund. Paul, that is. Try clearing the cache. Okay, yeah, Rafi, that didn't work, mate. Nothing worked. I reinstalled the site and it broke. So training videos are very explanatory. Thank you very much, Jürgen. Log out and back in. I think I'm getting close to the bottom already here. Right, one sec. Right, what is a log out and login beta? Thank you, Jürgen. Cheers, mate. Reset password now. Tried to reset the password, it wouldn't let me, kick me out. Go back to end, delete Elementor. How many farmers? Mike, how can I get hold of you? If you go over to, can you guys see my screen? In fact, I'm going to do it on a different browser in case anyone sent me any private messages I don't want to be sharing on here. Not rude messages, but like just stuff that pops up on Facebook. But I'll get the URL now. And so it's facebook.com/groups/magic page. I don't know if the chat is showing up for people. Let me just try and post this in the chat to everybody and see what happens. That's the Facebook group. If you just join that Facebook group or add me as a mate on Facebook, I'm the admin of that group, me and Tony, and you can add me for and just contact me from there and have a chat.
Mike, what I'll do tomorrow, I'll do a fresh walkthrough video
Yeah,
of
cool,
the
man. Do the
theme
auto
install and
electrician one.
everything,
That's my favourite.
just so that the guys have got something to refer to that's complete. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Cool. Yeah. Do you start with a clean install? That's a good question, that Jürgen. Yes, start with a clear install for the theme club. Theme club installs are only, you want the theme club themes, they go straight into fresh installs only. If you want to use the MPP, it's okay to use on an existing site, but it can, on odd occasions, depending on what you've got installed, cause issues. So it's not recommended, but I know a lot of clients do it. I know what a lot of people like to do is add it in a subfolder. So you install WordPress in / I don't know, local or something like that. So you'd have url.com / local / in whatever, or something along those lines. Or if you've got a non-generic, you'll install WordPress in / locksmith folder. So it'd be 3local.com, which is one of mine, / locksmith / in / location. That works really, really well, and it's very, very safe to do it that way. And you can use the theme club themes for that as well.
Mike, can I just add something to that?
Yep.
Basically, guys, if you're going to use our MPP themes, you need to start on a fresh install. Don't compromise, because if you've got an existing theme and content on a domain on an existing WordPress install, you're trying to import new content, new demo content onto an already existing site. You're going to cause yourself all sorts of problems. Yeah. So make sure you're only installing the themes on a fresh WordPress install. Yeah. That's my 10 pence worth.
Right. Cool. Stephen's just put as well, Stephen Brocklehurst again, which is cool. I had that, my hosting had an error. So he had the same issue I've had, and it was a hosting error. So if I'd have read that before, mate, I would have to delete.
I tell you guys, I get a couple of support tickets saying, oh, the theme's this, the theme's that, and it's not the theme, it's your hosting. Trust me.
Right, I'm whipping through, if I can find any more. Are you planning to have a cab
I
service?
can't see the questions, Mike, by the way, so I don't know whether there's any theme-related ones there or not, mate.
If I get to any theme-related ones, mate, I've not come across any as far as yet, but if I get to any, I will read it out to you and you can answer it.
That's okay.
Are you planning to have a cab service taxi theme? There you go, straight onto one now. Today I got a request for a cab service, namely, do you know what? I've done a great taxi service video for Lead Simplify, but you asked Tony on that. Tony, taxis?
It will be on the niche list to do, which in the Facebook group, if you remember, Mike, there's that list, isn't there? There's a poll that everyone can vote on for the themes that they want coming up.
Yep, I do remember.
So I would say, guys, if you're not a member of the group already, become a member. It's a great group of like-minded people, really good community that are all happy to help each other. But in the announcements, I think it's in the group announcements, Mike, there's a poll, isn't there? There's a vote where you can vote for what niches you want with the upcoming themes, yeah? So use that resource, please.
Cool. Yeah, that'll be in the, what section is it called now? Let me have a look.
I think it's in group announcements, Mike.
Yeah, if you go into click on the announcements tab, you'll find that in the announcements tab where you can vote on the polls. I put most polls that I want to continue going inside the announcements. Okay, do we have to purchase Spin Rewriter? No, you do not need to purchase Spin Rewriter unless you want it. I use Spin Rewriter because it's the best out of the spinners for English, but you don't need to purchase it. And if you're not, you don't even need to use Spintext. If you're not building massive big websites, you don't even need to use Spintext. But it's just something I use. So Dave's asked, if we mess something up after install, can we reload the data from the template? Tony, I think that's for you, mate. If they mess something up, can they reload the data from the template?
Right, say that again, mate. Just read the question to me.
If we mess something up after the install, can we reload the data from the template? So can they repress it and re-pull it in?
If it's not imported properly, then yes, they can.
But if it's already been imported?
If it's already been imported once and they want to import over the top of it, no, because of the reasons I explained just before. Because once you've imported it once, you've already imported all the pages, haven't you? So if you try and import it again, you're going to end up with all the pages twice or 3 times or 4 times, depending on how many times you click the import button, yeah? So I suppose the rule of thumb is if the import's just failed, then yes, you can. But if it has actually imported, then no, you can't. You're going to have to install WordPress fresh again.
Tahir's asked, any special to buy a single theme build? What's your website that you've got, Tony, where you can buy?
TigerPressMarketplace.com.
Right, go to Tahir, go to TigerPressMarketplace.com, and you can buy single. Most people are inside the theme club, but if you just want a single site license for one of the MPP theme clubs, Tony's got them on sale over there. Right, someone's put maybe a stupid question. There's no stupid questions, well, it's a long one. But what client has established website, custom CMS, no WordPress, and I want to build Magic Page plugin in the site. Should I build it on a different domain and then move it? No, you don't need to. That's actually a great question, that, Paul, not a stupid question. If so, how does that work? If no, what to do? Basically, mate, / whatever you want to call it. If you're doing pest control, you could have /bees / if they've got a nice pest control site, you can have /bees / wasps bees are not pests, are they? / rats, and so on and so forth, and then build additional WordPress installs on all of them /. And you don't even need to give your client login details to it that way, so you can build for the client. Don't forget to hide your API key if you do give them login, but yeah, keep them all in subfolders, and then the SEO will filter down like a pyramid effect to them pages from the home site, and it won't affect the home site negatively. Some people use subdomains, so it'd be wasps.url.com, where they'd install it in the / wasps and set up the subdomains. I don't seem to get as good results from that, or I've not done it for a long time, but they're your two options. Rather than just installing it on a non-WordPress site, just install WordPress in a subfolder. Right, if there is not a theme for my niche, can I use something I like and reliable and change images and titles? Adrian Willis, yes, you can, mate. I know the answer to this one in the theme club, because I've done that with a few of the themes, because there's some stuff that I didn't like. In addition to that, you can also, if you've got local business themes, if you've got Divi, they've got a lot of local business themes in there now that work with it straight out of the box as well. Right, can I build a massive site with all the locations speaking one language? Yes, you can. That's a good question, that Jürgen. You can do that. I wouldn't recommend doing it straight off the bounce, because Google's going to look at the site and say, okay, you just built for example, the USA's got 181,000 locations in it. You build a 181,000 page website and Google sees it sat there with no traffic initially, okay, no backlinks, no social, no entity, no connected to no GMBs and all that stuff. Straight away, it's going to look and think that's not a real website. All these so-called gurus and all these so-called people who say that they're building 50,000 page websites and ranking them overnight, they're all talking absolute shit. They're actually just trying to sell you whatever they can sell you to rip you off. Your best way of doing it is build major cities first. So there's 300 major cities across the US. Let them start to rank, start to get some entity behind it, start connecting it to GMBs if you've got them anywhere, start using getting all your backend SEO set up right and everything else, your on page, then getting some links built. And once the traffic starts to build up on the website, then you start going in and changing the filters inside of your states so that the states grow over a period of time. And what you'll find is as they grow, the traffic will just rocket, because what it'll see is, okay, it's in California, it adds 60 pages, and then all of a sudden them 60 pages were getting 400 or 500 visits a month, and then they see 200 pages. Well, you've already got that quality. They already trust you in California because your California section is doing really, really well. So when it starts to grow and more pages pop up, they also rank really, really well, and they stay ranking. Now, the difference is people can build a site and rank it in 24 hours, but 3 months down the line, it doesn't exist. So be very careful going too big too quick. You've got to follow a specific, think of it how a real company would build it. If you had 5 developers working on a website for you, they would still only build you 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 100 pages maximum in a couple of weeks, and then they continue to build it on an ongoing basis. And that's why we did the drip feed on the content, so that you can drip feed the content into the website over a period of time automatically if you install everything. And your server resource will be used if you've got too many pages. So if you're putting on a crap hosting and you've got a 150,000 page website, it uses RAM every time a page is loaded, so the pages will load slow, which I believe will negatively affect your SEO. So it might be an idea to, if you're going to build massive sites, make sure you've got a decent server as well. Okay.
Mike, just one thing I'd like to add to that, mate, what you were just saying. What the guys need to remember is that they need to make their sites look like a real legitimate business, in Google's eyes, which just enhances what you were just saying, really, mate.
No, okay. Cool. Another person has just put, can I use my FE, which in front end receipt as a license? If you've got limited license where you can only have a certain number of installs, 2, 3, 4 installs, something like that. If you install one on XAMPP, for it to actually receive the databases, it has to go over to our server and pull, meaning that will use one of your installations. So they've put MPP on XAMPP without affecting OTO1 receipt license. It will affect it, and it would be classed as one of your installations. So what I would recommend doing, as opposed to adding it to XAMPP, this is Arnold, is install it in a subfolder on the domain you intend to use it on. Play around with it on there, get used to it, figure out how to use it and all the rest of it, and mess around and ruin it. And then when you're happy and you know how to use it properly, install it on the main domain, because that's not going to use up 2 of your installations, because it's the same URL. Because what we do is installations, if it's limited, are locked to specific URLs as opposed to being locked to if you lock it to the IP address of your XAMPP, then you know it's not going to work. It's going to take up one of your installs, so I wouldn't recommend that. Where you add Beaver Builder and Brizy templates. Daryl Lidjard, you know more about this plugin than me, mate. I don't think we are doing, mate. No, I don't think there's any plan to. Basically, what we're trying to do, Elementor is the main one we want to keep working with and keep going with, and as they change, we've got to stay on track with Elementor. The reason being is they've got the best free builder in the market. Beaver Builder and many of the other ones, including Divi, are all premium only. And what we want to make sure we've got with Lead Simplify, no matter what, even though we have our own theme club, we want to make sure that there's a great free alternative for people to use. So our priority is with Elementor. Divi's the second most popular, so that's always going to be in there. Beaver Builder, it seems to be it's not going to be something that we're adding anytime soon, mate. If it comes further down the line, it might do, but at the minute, it's not something we're looking to do with MPP, definitely.
If you remember, Mike, when we did that poll in the group,
yep,
Elementor and Divi were way ahead of everything else, mate. I don't even think Beaver Builder was on the list, to be honest.
I'd forgot about that, yeah, but yes, you were right. Yeah, them two were just right up there.
Yeah, they were way, way, way ahead of all the other builders.
And then there was a few people that had a couple of others which just weren't updated and weren't kept up to date and things like that. So anyone who asks, can you make it work with this theme or that theme or another theme, if the people are not keeping them up to date and following, because it works with most of the free themes inside of WordPress that are kept up to date, but if they're not kept up to date, then obviously it's not going to work with them, because we keep our software as far up to date as possible. We literally are constantly working on it. We've got a team working on MPP all the time to make sure that it stays right up to date. It works perfectly with 7.2, PHP 7.2 at the minute, and it's going to keep working going forward with all the new upgrades and everything that are coming to WordPress and everything else. Right, do you have a locksmith theme that is ready to go with schema and SEO? Yeah, Tony's got a mint locksmith theme in the theme club. And it's ready to go. But schema, you need to use Magic Page plugin for that. And SEO, when you say SEO is on page and off page. That's something you can automate. SEO, Dave. David, sorry. That's something that you can't just say it's got SEO. We can put the H1 tags in the right place. We can put them in the expected right number. We can add content to pages for people and stuff like that. But realistically, you need to be using something like POP, which Kyle Roof uses, so you can see exactly what Kyle Roof created, which shows you exactly what the people in the industry who are winning are doing. And then once you know how they're doing it and how they're winning, you can literally clone that, but you can clone it on a mass scale. So if somebody's winning for a single page in London, London's the hardest area to rank for, you can then pretty much clone what they're doing using Kyle Roof's tool and spread it out because of the dynamicness of Magic Page plugin on a national basis. Using that theme, I generated thousands more calls every single month just by playing around with that tool on my existing websites. We're on like 13,000 incoming calls a month at the minute. Right, where can I access training course both on Lead Simplify and MPP? Right, Lead Simplify, the training is inside of your dashboard. You just go in, scroll to the bottom, help videos. All the training you'll need is in there. This is for Jürgen. If you want it on MPP, you've got magicpageplugin.com/training. You've got webinars, but with a Z at the end, not an S, webinars.net, there's training there, and then youtube.com/Mike Martin YouTube. All them places, there's loads of training for MPP and Lead Simplify on both, but the proper main training and the lead buyer onboarding training and the resources, so you can download something like 5 million pieces, 100 million pieces of business data in the US and stuff like that to use for your lead gen. That's all inside your Lead Simplify dashboard. Right, so do you change? Adrian Willis has asked, so do you change population each month incrementally to grow pages? I personally don't, Adrian. It's a great strategy and it will work better than not doing it if you're changing that, but make sure you reset your central location. I personally don't because I'm lazy. I like to build 200 to 500 page websites and then let them go, SEO them, get them working, and then add additional locations as I go, as opposed to starting with major cities across the whole country. I'll build, say, something in California, let it build so it's got loads of traffic, and then I'll add Florida with, say, above 20,000 location, and then I'll add New York, and then I'll add Texas. But I do that because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to go back and keep having to mess around with my sites. Again, you can install all the locations if you've got a good enough server, and you can have the website itself build itself over a long period of time using the auto content drip system that's inside there. So you could have 50 pages go live today, and by this time next year you could have 1,500 or 2,000 or 10,000 or 50,000 if you wanted, by letting it drip feed and build it over the period of time by itself. Sorry, Dan, I'm just checking the list. We are getting more questions coming in all the time. Can you list the videos that would show us how to take a site from nothing to getting calls, like your locksmith took you from 0 to 50K a month, Lead Simplify being part of it? The business training course, which is about 18 months old now, is in MikeMartinMembers.com, but I added the links because we've had a couple. That's on a Whole60 server, which has been having problems as all Whole60 servers has, by the look of it. It's been getting hacked, so I gave the links today in the group. If you look for them links that I shared today in the group, they show where you can access that training course with your purchase email. You just register with that email and it'll automatically let you into the training course that gives you most of the things that I do, and it also gives you some of my telesales PDF downloads so you can copy them inside of your business. But anything you're stuck with as well, post it on the group, and anything I can help with I will do on that as well. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people want to just build a site and expect it to just pop and make them a load of money. It did take a lot of work, and it does take a lot of commitment. I answered all the phone calls myself and everything early on. Lead Simplify in the US moving forward is bringing out complete business automation for lead generation companies. When that goes live and when that starts to work properly as it's going to, you're going to be able to build websites like with MPP, rank them, and when the calls start coming in, the system's going to go out, find the lead buyers, give them a taster, see if they like it, like butter them up a little bit for you, and then get them in as lead buyers on your system. There may be a tiny bit of manual intervention now and again, but you can completely forget about cold calling. You can forget about trying to search for customers on a one-on-one basis, all that crap. Once this complete business automation thing goes forward with Lead Simplify, anyone in lead generation is going to need it, because you can literally sack all the affiliate networks that you currently use with and make 10 times more money going direct to all the lead buyers yourself, because the system is going to do the footwork. It's going to do the legwork for you, and you just need to build and rank websites. So the SEO guy who can rank websites, is going to end up the guy who runs all the lead generation companies if he uses Lead Simplify, as opposed to the guy that can pick up the phone and make the best sales argument, which is where we're at the minute, because you have to pick up all day and ring people and get them on as lead buyers. Right, what will the difference between MWB and MPPB? MWB is going to be very, very similar to MPP. It's not to the same level yet, but that's simply because MPP's been here for 2 years, and Mass Website Builder is very, very new. Me and Tony's not even pushed it to the public launch yet. We've literally give our existing users early access, and we may sell some more early access next week before we go to the live public launch, which is booked in October. But MWB does HTML and MPP is WordPress, even though you've got the export. But MWB is going to be the HTML version of MPP. We've got the coders and all the people working on adding all of very similar stuff to MWB as what we've already added in MPP. So that's it, really.
I think we're being a bit coy, Mike, aren't we? Guys, it's an awesome piece of software. Wait till you see this thing. It's gonna blow your mind, honestly.
Hey, I was playing with it today, and it's absolutely the new drag and drop thing he's done with the clone. And let's not talk about it. Let's just show people it's cool.
The official launch is the 29th of October, but as Mike said, we're going to be talking in the next couple of days about opening up some lifetime accounts to our existing customers before then. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, to only to existing customers of ours, not to.
It'll only be to existing customers. Everybody else is going to have to wait till public launch.
And they definitely won't get lifetime accounts ever.
No.
Tony, do you also have a YouTube channel? Do you, Tony?
I do. Bear with me a second. In fact, if you just YouTube Tiger Internet Solutions, I've got a ton of free training on there, guys, not just about themes, but WordPress training, Google My Business training, cPanel training. There's tons, and they're all in nice playlists as well, Mike.
Yeah, I know. You taught me how to do a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
I've got
no sarcasm there whatsoever.
I've got about 500 new subscribers since you showed me how to do that. To a YouTube channel, so it must have been a just total chaotic mess before. Because
someone's got to keep you organised, mate.
Yeah. Will MWB have the same features? I'm assuming you're saying as Magic Page plugin. It will have, yes, not right out the gate. So a lot of people are giving us some sticks saying, "Oh, it'd be great if MWB did this or did that." It's all coming. It's going to do what MPP does. Development takes time, guys. So people who are getting early access, if you're getting a lifetime account on there, you can be reassured that it is coming and it is going to do everything that MPP does. It does take a lot of time. Most of the big features are done now, but there's a lot of little things that we need to work on. But them things are the things that took so long to implement with MPP, and unfortunately we have to pay the developers to sit there and do it, and they've got to do it, so it's got to be done and it takes time. So there's some of the more intricate things like the population filters and stuff like that, which are going to take time. But yes, everything's going to be added that we've got in MPP.
I mean, to be fair, Mike, since we opened up the initial lifetime licenses to the existing customers, we have a feature request built into the software, guys. And based on all those feature requests coming through, we've done already over 20 upgrades to the software. So, you know, it's going to be around this software for a long time. It's a long-term project for us, not just something that's going to be around for 6 months like some other softwares out there. Yeah.
Right. Right. How does Google view MPP sites on brand new domains? Should these be built on expired domains? Can they be built on money sites? I've got sites that have been up for 5 and 6 years with MPP way before it was released to everybody else, and they're still ranking now. I don't know is the answer. Nobody knows how Google views anything. Brand new domains and expired domains, I'm not seeing huge differences. Sometimes expired domains do seem to carry the weight, but not all the time anymore like they used to. You buy an expired domain, it just work and rank and do all that stuff. I'm going to know more in the next few weeks, because as soon as the complete automation system is finished, I've just taken down one of my sites in the UK called 3local.com, which had 1,600 active lead buyers, because what we're going to do is we're going to show people how easy it is to build this complete automation by building 3Local in the United States. So we've taken that site down, me and Martin, and that's going to go up. That's an expired domain that's been in the correct industry for a long time, so we'll see how quick that starts to rank once we start to build it. But that's probably 5 or 6 weeks away before that actually gets put live and we start knowing more, and we can give you some definitive answers. That's something we're going to be sharing with people as it grows and as it goes, and show you what works and what doesn't. Because the reason we've done it is we're creating this automation thing. What most people do is just guess or ask people what to do. We've pulled down an already successful lead generation company in the UK, and we're going to restart it in the US just using the automation strategy. And we're going to share with people what works, and we're going to share with people what doesn't work, and we're going to make upgrades and updates to Lead Simplify so that people can see this works, this doesn't work. We're going to be using MPP to build the sites, and we're going to do this so that we've got a working example of what works and what doesn't, so we know what to add in the software and how to develop the software on an ongoing basis from a real world situation. So that's the reason we're doing that as well. So that will be great for everybody to follow when we do start sharing that and doing videos on it, and that'll have its own playlist in my YouTube. No, I love the playlist. YouTube channel, Steve Bennett, long time user. I've said it a few times, youtube.com/Mike Martin YouTube. Right. Okay, I'm just going through. If I missed any questions, right, Mike, can we find the themes? magicpagethemeclub.com, that, Jerry. If there is not a theme for my niche, can I use that? We've had that question earlier.
The themes are fully editable, guys. So if you've got one that doesn't quite fit your niche, you can edit it to your liking, yeah?
Right, best to start with Twitter malware. Right, okay, so somebody's put, what's the max pages you would start with for South Africa database? Is it best to start with Twitter mile radius for all major cities first? South Africa is not a massive database. I tend to start with 200 pages, about 200 pages, so I don't overthink it. I just look at it, I set a radius, have a look. If it's going to be 150 locations, I'll probably make it a little bit bigger. If it's going to be 500 locations, I'll make it a bit smaller. But I tend to stay under 500 and up to 200. But then again, you've got to also look at how much traffic it's going to get and whether you can actually build a real entity behind the site, because nowadays you can't just build pilot sites and expect them to rank long term. You do need some social, you do need some shares behind it, you do need some backlinks, you do need GMB if you can get one, things like that, all connected to the site, all really help for the longevity of it. And MPP is not designed just to build massive big websites, it's designed to build much bigger websites than a normal people can build very fast, so you can concentrate on the other bits, which takes them 3 months to start working on, which you can start doing in 24 hours because you click a button and your site's already built. Right, is it possible to get GMB based nationally? Don't think it is, but I don't know that, Stephen. Paul Truscott's probably the man to ask. He helps me when I have problems with my GMBs, him and Paul Daniel Stone. They both seem to know loads and loads about that stuff.
There is a way, Mike, that you can, if you're a national company, like a lot of the big brands do with their GMBs, you can upload a CSV file and do it that way. But
that's multiple locations, though, isn't it?
It is, mate. Yeah, and it's touch and go whether Google will actually accept it or not. It's down to their ultimate decision. In my opinion, you're better off building individual GMBs, as I do and as you do yourself. Yeah.
Yep, I just pay people now.
Yeah, exactly.
GMBs is hard work.
you have a specific GMB pointing at a specific site, yeah?
Yes, yeah, I do, yeah.
Exactly the same as I do, yeah.
So you add pages by expanding population slowly. You can do that, yes, or you can add pages by just setting the site up to auto create the pages on an ongoing basis, Adrian. Right, use subdomains, cool.
Mike, I'm just gonna add something what we were talking about a few minutes ago about the expired domains. I found they can be very powerful, but the thing you need to check is what backlinks are pointing to them, because you're better off having no backlinks than shitty backlinks, basically, because it'll do you more harm than good, yeah? So before you purchase your expired domains, guys, check where the backlinks are coming from, yeah?
A great thing with that, when you're looking for domains, I use expireddomains.net. But one of the main things I used to check for, or still do check when we're buying them, is I always check that the total number of links pointing at a website is very close to the total number of domains pointing at a website. So if there's 500 domains pointing at it and it's got 560 backlinks, then it's not been spammed with a load of shit. But if you buy an expired domain that's got 50 domains pointing at it, but 25,000 or 250,000 backlinks, then somebody's obviously been trying to spam it. It might have just had footer links in some really big sites, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be spam. Then what I do is I build a website on the expired domains, and I do not connect them to any of my PBNs or point them at any of my stuff until Google has indexed them in their own right and has started to give them a little bit of traffic. Now, the reason I do this is not because I want the traffic and I want the Google index. If you buy a domain that's going to get your PBN networks, and if you watch my training course on single niche PBNs, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But what will happen is that if you buy a domain that's bad, that's gonna start dragging down your PBN, 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, that site is not going to get indexed in Google. Google hates it, doesn't want it in there. It's not going to get indexed. It's never going to start to rank. So you can build a site sometimes and you can leave it sat there 6 months. It's never going to cause you any problems with your ranking strategies or with building your PBNs or with building your network if it's just sat there on its own and it's pointing at nothing. Okay, if it never gets indexed, never bother putting it into your network. What a lot of people do is they build these sites and wow, that's awesome. The first thing they do is they throw backlinks at their existing sites. It takes you 5 minutes to jump on a website that's been up 6 months. If it starts getting indexed after 6 months, then at least you know there's no issues with the site. It's getting indexed. Google likes it. I've got something there that's on page 5 or page 4 or even page 2 or 1, wherever it's ranking. You then know it's not going to drag down your whole network. So just be a bit more patient when building PBNs and things like that. Especially with your mass pages, because they're a lot more connected to one another. Or you could shoot yourself in the foot. You can buy a bad domain that's been hammered with all sorts of different bad links or whatever it's been hammered with, and it can affect your overall network negatively as opposed to positively. Sorry, waffling on that one subject, but that's all in the training course. That's still not outdated. That.
Mike, one other thing I want to mention to the guys is pay attention to security on your sites as well, because the last thing you want is to, build your sites properly, get them ranking, get them generating leads and calls, and somebody hacks your site because you've not paid attention when you should have been to the security on the site. Just installing something like WordFence plugin will go a long way to helping you. Yeah?
Someone's asked, do you need a pro license for Elementor? I think you do for the theme club.
You do,
for some of the, you don't for MPP. You can just use basic license and just pull in all the free themes. Some pretty good ones as well. There, if cache is a problem, cache flow is an issue at the minute, you can buy MPP and just use the free builder. Is a license done by your web address or IP address? That's a good question, Stephen. It's done by whichever one is locked to first, mate. So if you lock it to an IP address first, then it'll work via the IP address. If it's locked to a URL first, then it'll be locked to the URL. So if it's locked to an IP address, and if you're pretty smart, and it sounds like you've asked the question because you are, and you've got a server that's all on the same IP address, and you've got a way of doing it via IP as opposed to thingy, you could probably use a single site license on multiple sites. I'm not worried about saying that out loud, because to actually figure that out, you got to be pretty smart. So good luck to you. Okay, let me just carry on down these questions. Oh wait, there. Can I buy the locksmith from you theme? Yes, you can buy that, David, from Tony. I forgot your theme club thing again now. So.
Tigerpressmarketplace.com.
That's the one. Please give a basic overview of Lead Simplify. Right, Luke. Basically, what Lead Simplify does is it automates your business from start to finish, mate. Your lead comes into your business, so you go out, generate leads like with MPP. They come in via form or via call. It automatically sorts your leads, sends them to the right lead buyer in the right location every single time, and sells the leads to them people the amount of times you want it selling. So if you want to sell it to 3 people, it'll do it 3 times. If you want to sell it once, it'll sell it once. And that's it, basically. It just automates the whole processing of your business, so you're no longer processing leads at all ever. When we've looked at this, your average business doing 500 leads a month costs them about 3 or 4 grand in wages for people just processing leads. Lead Simplify can do that and 50 times as much as that instantly, and you can have one phone number for the whole of the country, and it'll automatically distribute people to the correct lead buyer in the correct area every single time. It's pretty cool, man. There's nothing in the world that does what it does. It's absolutely brilliant, and there's loads more coming to it. Loads and loads and loads and loads. I get so excited when I talk about it, as you can tell. And we can add a different country on top of the initial one. Don't understand that question. Does WooCommerce conflict with MPP? I don't know is the answer to that to here. Don't know if WooCommerce conflicts with it. I never used WooCommerce. Where can I have a look at MWB? That should be P, I think. You can, yeah. You're going to keep up with us in the group, mate. We'll do a webinar next week on it. If you want, we'll do a webinar on MWP next week. MWB, sorry, I'm reading your question. And anyone who's an existing user of MPP or Lead Simplify or part of the theme club will give you the option to get early access to the lifetime license, and then the public launch will go live in October. Where is the lifetime software offer? There is no lifetime offer with Lead Simplify. Magic Page plugin, I think we have one lifetime offer left on dynamicbacklinks.com, which is for the SEO community, where we sold Magic Page plugin to the SEO community. Dynamicbacklinks.com. I think you can get a lifetime license on there. I think there's one left. It might be gone, but you could have a look. Right, if we all use MMP theme, is it an issue with Google if we are using the same themes? So that's a good question, that. If we all use MMP themes, is it an issue? No, pretty much, Stephen. People use millions of times the same theme across millions of different sites, and you can buy templates for almost any industry. So even if you do using the same template, because obviously all the content and everything else is different, for locksmithing, for plumbing, for roofing, for electricians, if you go over to any of the big download sites for themes, then them themes specifically created for local businesses or for accountants or solicitors or whatever it's been created for, will have been used thousands of times by that type of business. So the amount you're talking with the theme club is not going to make a huge difference. I mean, we've probably got about 25-30,000 installs of MPP, so in comparison to some of these themes that have been installed 2 or 3 million times, it's not a patch, so I wouldn't worry about that. Where do you buy GMBs from? I still speak to Paul Truscott for mine, but I think he stopped selling them. He got that busy. Find backlinks on site. For backlinks on site, I use Website Auditor, which is by Brad and Matt Callan, I believe. But Ahrefs or something like that's probably better. But I use Website Auditor from them guys. I've just had it for a long time. Someone's just put that's the most important aspect of anything nowadays, security. Yes, it is. I got my site hacked today. I've had 5 sites hacked in 2 weeks. So it totally is, Jürgen. Tony was right on that. Where and what is it called? Don't know what that means, David. Where and what is it called? Got to run. Thank you very much, guys. Right. I got to the end of the questions. We've only got 44 people left on the webinar. That's maybe they all fell asleep. I don't know. Has anybody got any more questions, guys? If you want to stick them in the bottom there. Also, PSL explain the 3-site deal. What does that mean where you can only host 3 websites? If you've got a single site license or a 3-site license for MPP, you can install it on 3 websites and it won't install on any more websites. It'll install, but you won't be able to activate it with your API key. So your API key is blocked at our end to only be allowed to be installed on 3 sites. And if you've got a license that way, it won't be able, they're not transferable. It is locked to the first URL, second, third, fourth, whatever number of installations you've purchased. And once you've installed them all, it'll stop working. It'll always work on them sites, but you won't be able to install it on any new sites. Obviously, if you want to install on more sites, just get a subscription. Whoa, I'm awake. Dave. I'm glad you're awake, mate. I'm nearly asleep. I've got to wrap presents and everything next. My little boy's birthday tomorrow. Thank you very much, Mike and Tony. Good night. Nice one, Arnold. Cheers, mate.
No, you're welcome, guys.
What are you launching in October? David, we are launching Mass Website Builder on the 29th of October. But if you use MPP or Lead Simplify, then you can get access, or you're part of our theme club. Sorry, Tony. You can get early access. I think we're going to do an early access launch next week again, because we did a couple of 100 licenses earlier on, which are people that are using MPP and Lead Simplify. We've had loads of our users asking us. So what we're probably going to do is open it up for maybe a couple of days next week, but only to existing users of our softwares. And then it's going to be shut. And then when it launches on the 29th
of October.
Yeah, it's going to be a subscription only service. We're not, we've got big overheads with this one. We're putting a lot of money into it, and we're going to be making it, I mean, it's already the best HTML mass page builder, full stop. There's nothing easier to use. Something we've just changed today has made it so fast, so easy to build with. There's loads of cool features coming. There's loads more cool features coming. And yeah, it's going to be a very popular page builder. It really is, for pages and for mass pages. It's great.
Yeah, wait till you see some of the features, guys. I mean, you can design a page perfectly, and it might take you an hour to do that, but then you can clone it. So next time you build your site, it can take you literally 2 minutes. There's some crazy features in it, Mike, isn't there?
There's loads, mate. I'm over the moon with it, me. I'm really excited about it. Really excited. I'm more excited about something else, but I'm not telling you what that is. But yeah,
I know what you're talking about. We can't mention that one yet, guys. That's secret.
Yeah. I've got to see you in Barcelona in October as well, so I'm getting dent. I'll be getting punched. So, but yeah, cool. Someone's just put, it's nice to not have upsells. Yeah, I felt great about this webinar today. I've never used GoToWebinar before. And I was completely relaxed all day, because I know that we're not trying to sell anything at the end of it. It's just literally a conversation where we're trying to help everybody. And hopefully, if we get through all of this, if there's anything else you need, get on to us, and we'll help you.
Yeah, guys, if you don't know already, me and Mike are really big on customer service. You will not get better support anywhere on the internet, I promise you. So you know, we welcome your questions. You know what I mean? We want to help you succeed. It's as simple as that.
Tony said that, not me. So we'll just send him all the questions.
You know it's right. You're probably worse than me with your Facebook group.
I know, I can't help it, mate. I don't like people being stuck.
I just prefer the support that it's just more controllable. That's all.
Paul's still awake as well, he said, so that's cool. We've not sent that many people to sleep. How much is it early access? I don't know, Stephen. We haven't got a clue. We've not even discussed that yet. We just know that we're going to make it available, because we've had literally hundreds of people, and it will be limited to maybe 100 people max. I don't think we're going to sell another 200. We'll probably do 100. It'll be up for a couple of days, and then that's it. It'll just go to monthly when it goes live. Lulu's just put 3 sites for 297. Yes, Lulu, you can get 3 sites for 297 at, I don't know what the URL is. By the way, I've not been able. Did you know the URL that 297 for 3 sites is?
Localleadsmagic.com.
Local Leads Magic. That's got an S on the end, hasn't it?
Yeah, local leads with an S magic.com.
Cool.
Want me to pop it in the chat?
No, it's cool. Local Leads
Okay.
Magic. You can memorize that, can't you? If you're listening. You're not going.
If you can't find it, just drop me a PM and I'll sort it out for you.
Jurgen's just said you're not going to drop MP. No, I'm never going to drop MPP, and I'll never drop any of my tools that I continue to work on the way I do. If I find a tool and people like it, and I see it working, and people take to it like they have done with MPP, then no, the development team, they don't get paid wages off me. I give the development team percentage of the product. So basically, if there's an office in Bulgaria with people sat there who just work on it, and the more they do for this product, the more it sells, the better it gets. So you can, if you imagine a bunch of Einsteins sat in a room there that are not very good at doing all this stuff that we do, where they're chatting on the internet and doing all that stuff, but they're way brainier than me. They're all sat there trying to think of new ideas and ways to improve this. That's why we managed to do the schema thing and all that. And they own quite a decent percentage of the product now. So as the product goes to market, I'm the front-facing guy. I'm the guy that pushes it out. I'm the guy who listens to what you people want or what all the customers want, and then what they're going to do is keep pushing it. So the completely separate development teams from MPP and MWB, and they're both going to be pushed going forward. It's not going to be something where MWB is going to go live and MPP is going to drop. They're both going to continue to be pushed forward. And Lead Simplify is going to be, I believe, one of the biggest softwares in lead generation. I think it's going to be absolutely huge, and mass websites are very good ways of generating loads and loads of leads very, very cheap. So it'd be silly not to continue down this path with ease, even though paid ads is more instant and you can convert and you can see what you're spending and what you're getting back a lot quicker, so you can set up a business in a few days. If you do mass page correctly, you can make a lot of money over a long period of time. I mean, I do very, very little work on my UK business, and it does probably 70 grand a month, which is cool, but that's because of all the hard work leading up to it. Tim Judge has just posted localleadsmagic.com. Tim's still on air. God, you never miss a webinar, mate. I have to say, Tony and Mike's product work and the support is amazing. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Yeah, that's unless you're on a live webinar, of course.
But yeah, unless you come on here, mate, it's not working tonight.
We've got the webinar gremlins on tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm glad you're on board there, Jurgen. Right, guys, wait, no, you guys have an affiliate program. We do have an affiliate program, yes. Mine's on JVZoo, the affiliate program for ours, and the mass website builder will be done via Thrivecart. Have we got that with Tony? So anyone who wants to affiliate the launch?
Yeah, the mass website builders going to be via Thrivecart, MPP Theme Club's Thrivecart as well. For my TigerPress marketplace, I'm using affiliate WP, which I'm going to be opening up that affiliate opportunity soon, yeah?
Well, but the main one is MWB, which is 29th of October. So anyone who wants to...
That'll be via Thrivecart, mate, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully try and get that set up for the webinar next week. If me and Tony can get our heads together and get that set up, you may be able to start signing up early for that. Because
the affiliate scheme,
yeah,
the evergreen one will be via Thrivecart, but for the actual launch on the 29th, it's going to be JVZoo, mate.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. Right, we'll let you know as soon as that's added. Sorry, I'm usually wrong, but I'll get there. How is Local Leads Magic different, Theme Club? Right, if you get the 297 deal at Local Leads Magic, which is going to be taken down very, very soon, That's the only place you can get single site licenses for MPP. You get 3 site licenses for MPP and 3 themes. Okay, so that's the difference there to here.
Yeah, with the theme club, Tahir, you get access to all the themes. So currently we've got 48 themes, 49 from tomorrow when we add this month's theme. You get access to all the different page builder versions, even the HTML versions, everything.
Yeah. Jürgen says he uses Thrivecart. Looking forward to working with. That's absolutely cool. Because I love Thrive. I'm trying to get away from JVZoo, but just keep getting dragged back in. It's like an infection. It just keeps coming back. Sorry, JVZoo. Right, guys. That looks like the last comment on that. If anybody else got any questions they want to ask about the products or anything like that, or anything they're unsure of, or anything that they want me to do videos on, because I'll do one of these thingy videos in the next couple of days for Elementor, just to show you how quick and easy it is to set that up. But the evergreen style site model from webinars with a Z.net shows just how powerful MPP is. If you're building evergreen sites and then you're cloning them, you got a fresh site on every single install. And the guys that are getting the best success with MPP have mastered the evergreen site model. I mean, Keith Best does very, very well, and he's got his to a fine art now, where he can click a few buttons and he's got a new site, change the central location, and the whole website changes, spins it all. It takes time to create it and get it to that point, but if you follow the evergreen site model and you learn it second nature, then you're never going to have to pay for advertising, because it really does work very, very well. Right, guys, is everybody happy there? Any more questions at all? If not, I'm going to end the webinar and go and wrap some presents for my little boy. All right, I've left it a few minutes. Thank you to you here, to here, sorry mate, yeah. And you too, Stephen. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, really, cheers, guys.
Staying on, I can't believe there's still 40 people on, and we've been on for, I don't even know how long, but thank you all very much.
Been a while.
Yeah, someone's put congratulations with your son. Yeah, he made it to 8 with me as a dad. God knows how. Cheers, Tim. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Lulu. Right, we're going to end the webinar. Thank you all very much. And obviously, any problems at all, you can always hit us up in the group. We're always about to help people. Thank you very much.
Yep. Cheers, guys. All the best.
Bye-bye.
Speak soon. Bye.